Hello friends, welcome. It is another wonderful session of Civil War Alliance here on Forgebreaker, our homebrew campaign in the realm of the Living Isles, as we build up for our two parties to finally collide in 2 weeks. It's pretty exciting to me. Tonight, the heroes of the Isles will venture into a very dark and mysterious chamber with a voice that had echoed into Pandora's head, telling her to free them. But first, we'll go over a bit of news, and we're going to start off with our announcement. About a month or so ago, a good friend of mine, Justin, most people know him by Fate. He streams over on Protective Kin's stream.
You're bearing all to the world.
It's really kind of awesome because he came to me and said, I need a place to stream and we would like to come to you. And so as of this coming week on Thursday, Fate will be filling in every single session and going to stream video games, anything that he comes up with, anything that he wants. Thank you, Chris, for the subscription. Very much appreciate it, friend. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. It's great to have him coming along and joining the channel here. It's going to add a new element to our channel that we haven't had in a while since we switched over to mostly D&D stuff. So it's great to have him here and have that extra time slot allocated to him. Obviously, it's going to change our D&D replay on Fridays. So instead of it being at midnight, we're going to switch to 8 a.m. Eastern is when we're going to do replay. And it's only going to have the sessions that happened for the week prior. So from Saturday to Thursday, as we go around, every session that happens between then is what's going to be played. If it's leftover from the week before, it's going to get dumped off, and we're not going to have it unless we're just filling time spot. Let's see, what else do we got? Tomorrow is session 1 for Fell Entropy, our Tomb of Annihilation playthrough. Really looking forward to that. I get to actually play another game, so I'm really just kind of excited to have another game that I can actually play, which is fantastic. Monday we'll see the return of Tyranny of Dragons as we pick up the beginning of the Rise of Tiamat module, so that's going to be fun as well. Unfortunately, our Brewing Storm game is not ready for a new session, so we're not going to be doing that this Tuesday, but Wednesday we'll see Civil War Empire returning to also close out their chapter 2 like we will be doing tonight with Alliance. And with that, that's pretty much everything. Let me check, make sure. You guys ready? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's jump right into this. So last session, the heroes of the Isles confronted an Alip of the pirate known as Krod. With the torment that he endured, though they weren't able to get any information out of him as to why he was there, simply defeated him, and it led to kind of nothing. As they kind of searched around, they were looking for reasons that things were occurring as they were, but didn't really come up with much. One second. Had to mute some audio. Had two things audio going. So instead, the party ventured back up to the deck, attempting to find passage into the captain's quarters. Though initially they were a bit unsuccessful, attempting to use the various medallions and things to gain entry into the chamber. But then the party came to a realization they already had the access they needed. Kind of reaching into his pouch, Gaitarnath pulled out the key that they had found on the pirate ships of the initial invasion of Ashenport. And using the powers of the key, we're able to break through the barrier that was blocking the doorway itself. It was here that the party would learn the fate of Waltef Dyle, the father of Skytarneth and cursed dread pirate of the Ebon Sea. Though conversation was not in the cards at first, they would eventually learn that it was Rylan who was responsible for the death of his father, changing the group dynamic slightly. Skytarneth would end up being the one to end his father's afterlife by jabbing a dagger into his skull, and then taking the medallion from around his neck and placing it on his own, which was a bit of an interesting choice, considering that he mentioned that he was cursed. They would travel back to Ashenport, learning the fate of the people of the village, very prosperous since the defeat of the pirates. However, this was a bit overshadowed with new information coming out of the city of Nareen, which had succumbed to a plague which had overtaken the city after Tyrus's attack on the citadel. The heroes would then venture north, heading into the Mystic Wilds, everything returning the same way that it was before. They found a new passageway open to them, a gateway into an unknown location with a warning. The powers of abjuration bind foul beasts and followers. Pray these souls remain in the realm beyond our own. And that is where we pick up tonight. So when you guys left off, you stepped into a very, very dark cavern. The location itself, as you kind of peer around, you notice the only light is your own vision and Skytarneth having a torch in hand, I believe. No, nobody has a torch. It's just natural
I believe
light.
I have a torch.
Wouldn't Rylan have one?
Yeah, I think
I think it's
without dark
Rylan.
vision.
That's right.
I would have a torch.
Yeah, and let me double check. Yep, you got that set. So aside from that, the area is extremely dark. There's no natural light anywhere around you. As I mentioned last session, and I'll kind of repeat everything that we had talked about before. Upon entry, you're greeted with darkness, save for the glow of the portal itself. The chambers are eerily quiet, with the faint hum of the portal and the random sounds of disembodied voices in the sound of whispers that kind of echo through the chambers. Every step that you take within the hallway here reverberates through the entire chamber very loudly. It's a very still, almost death-like quiet throughout the entire building. And as you kind of step forward, you notice just how silent it really is. The hallway ahead, it splits. One path leading north, one path leading east. To your south, a couple of small chambers, mostly empty with the exception of a few pots and other relics. There's very little in these chambers save for what appear to be the bodies of the dead directly ahead. I'm going to change the music while we're sitting here.
Changes it to spooky, scary skeletons.
We'll go spooky, scary skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Do, 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 do. I can't even remember the lyrics to that song. That's just...
Send shivers down your spine.
There you go.
Shrieking souls will shock your soul.
Which is weird because I love listening to it at Halloween.
All right. So what are you guys going to do?
We don't go anywhere nice. Has anybody else noticed that but me? I'm going to go forward and take a look in this room right here.
Well, most of the places, one out of two of the nice places that we have gone to, one of them got slightly destroyed by it.
Yeah, I mean, think of it this way. Nareen and Bria are the two nicest places you've been to, and already Nareen has been destroyed by a plague, so...
But at least it wasn't our fault. Casually looks over to Empire Game.
No shade being thrown by us, no sirree.
No siree.
Nah, screw those guys. They're the enemy.
Rylan, as you
Yeah.
kind of peer down into this chamber, it's pretty empty. It's a 15 by 20 sized room. You could tell there used to be other things within this. Like if you look on the floor, you see like scuff marks and things of like very large tables and things of that such that were kind of moved around within the chamber. But beyond that, there are a couple of pots and things like that, but nothing really outstanding remains in the chamber itself.
I'm basically going to have a button this entire game that I'm going to push when I want Sky Tarnith to detect for traps. And I'm pushing that button right now because I want him to detect for traps in this room.
All right. So
We should have this button more often.
should.
Absolutely
Right.
right.
you should. So Sky Tarnith is going to take a look around and is going to do an investigation check on everything in front of him. And as such, he looks around, and the floor in a 30-foot path directly in front of him, so leading up through the rest of the hallway, sees nothing out of place, nothing that, looks strange to him. I mean, obviously this entire situation seems a bit odd, especially how eerily quiet it is, but he doesn't see anything out of the ordinary.
He's already been more useful in that 5 seconds than he has been, and I don't even know how long.
Well, I mean, when one of the things you've done is bait a pirate into your team and then attract all of the other baddies, the maximum amount of usefulness of your character tends to average down a little bit.
Oh, let's not forget when he didn't jump in to help me while I was getting murdered by his dad.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that too.
The treasure chest seemed like the better target.
Yeah, because there was no... Anyway. Okay, so
Anyway.
looks like there's some paths up ahead.
And we still haven't talked about the sword that you guys picked up.
Right. Yeah, well, we know it's cursed,
Yeah.
and we know that it's pointing Pandora to someone. I don't think she's revealed who, although I can probably guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that to myself.
All right, I will check this room.
Okay. Similarly, as you kind of approach this room, you take notice of the fact that it's just empty. While the immediate entry, and you can kind of peer through, even from where you currently stand, Rylan, you can see the dead bodies of these kind of mummified individuals kind of sitting down in the hallway to your northeast. The chamber itself that you stand in is empty. There's nothing there. It's almost like what used to be here was taken away. As if this was... The best way I could describe it, imagine they put a bunch of things into this building, thinking that it was safe, and then now they realize it is not safe at all. And they took everything they could and immediately left.
Sector is clear. Not clear. Not clear.
Not clear. Run away.
Interesting.
So there's supposed to be dragons here.
There's supposed to be something here.
Well, nothing is a something, right?
Nothing is a something.
Oh wait, what? Why
I'll
am
go
I-
take a look at this mummy over here.
Right. As you...
Is this like
Can-
a platform up?
Yeah, so it's a platform up. It goes
Okay.
about 4 foot up from where you're at, the stairway up over this direction. As you kind of walk into this chamber, you quickly notice the mummified bodies sitting along the alcoves at the side of the hallway itself. The mummies bear a very similar appearance to the dragon priest that you found within Ezator's tomb. Very tall, kind of skeletal type beings. In their right hands, the ornate golden dagger with a black crystal embedded in the hilt. And in their left hand, the staff in the shape of a dragon. The armor is exactly the same as the one from Ezator's tomb. However, these robes are in perfect condition. laying underneath of the skeletal armor that's resting on top of it.
Pandora's gonna use her lenses to detect magic, focusing on the nearest one first.
Okay. As you do so, all of this glows, everything. The entire being of these what appear to be dragon priests glow. Even without your lenses, with the sight of Ezitor, as you look at these, you notice that while physically they are motionless, they sit in their position. When you entered into this chamber, you watched as all of the heads of these mummies look up and straight in your direction and stare at you. Nobody else can see it. This is only in your vision that you see the mummies looking at you.
Oh, that's fun. Any indication on the School of Magic? I have a guess out of character, but
Your guess would probably be right.
okay.
Divination.
Yep, exactly. Wonder if I can take their souls. Ryland, be careful. These are animated, and they appear to be watching me.
And as you say this to Rylan, obviously Rylan doesn't see what you see. So when you mention animated, he's looking at them, and they are very much statuesque. They do not move at all. So as you kind of say this, it's a little curious to Rylan.
They look pretty motionless to me, Pandora.
Yes, that's the trick of it, isn't it? You don't think they're real until it's too late.
Ryland will kind of reach out with his greatsword and give the nearest one kind of a poke on the foot.
And as you do, nothing happens. You reach out with the great sword and you kind of jab at the foot, not, angrily jabbing at it, but just kind of poking it a little, and it doesn't move. And it feels very solid, like you make solid contact into the foot of this thing, but nothing happens.
As it stands right now, I think we're having better luck than the tomb right now.
Just be careful. If something sets them off, they might be sentries more than statues.
Well, at the very least, this does prove that we're probably in the right place, considering they look exactly like that friendly fellow who threw a fireball at us.
No one try to touch any strange orbs until we're all ready.
Good idea. So these things look just completely motionless. They look dead.
Yeah,
just done. So just to me. So I'm just gonna move forward then.
Yeah, to you it looks very decorative. Like this was a very honorable kind of burial to them. They're clutching their dagger in one hand with the blade kind of facing down, and then in the other hand they're clutching onto their staff. They are sitting in like a fetal position, so like their arms are crossed over their chest, their heads kind of ducked down, looking down. It looks like they were given this very proper kind of placement here in the center of the tomb, and it very much looks like statues, even though you can obviously tell they are not statues.
Well, until they do anything, I'm not just gonna start striking dead bodies.
Hey, Dread Pirate, check the path ahead of us.
Push the button!
Button push.
Pushes the button. Which direction is he going to look?
Let's look down this hallway that we
Okay.
are going to be walking down.
We're gonna check what's up north.
Rest of the hallway appears to be pretty clear. Sky Tarnup kind of peeks around the corner, looking ahead. He'll cover all the way to, we'll say, the end of the hallway here. As he kind of looks down through there, again, not seeing anything. Obviously making note of the remains of these, what looks like dragon priests off to the north. But beyond that, he doesn't see anything really out of the ordinary. Just very creepy.
She's gonna walk up with her shard and hold it out towards the first one. I'm just curious. Ryland, just be ready in case something happens here. I'm just testing a theory. Shakaran.
Why are you giving them a drow rite of passage?
As you reach forward with the shard, nothing happens.
Is it still staring at me?
Mm-hmm. Like in your vision, its eyes are locked dead on you, and the others are looking directly at you as well.
She looks a bit annoyed by that and puts the shard away. All right, well, they're watching me because I have the shard, and there's something here that's important, so we need to keep an eye out.
I would imagine it would probably be another shard.
They seem to recognize it.
Let's see.
Yes, it looks that way.
As you kind of peer around, see a long hallway that extends down to the south. Nothing really appears out of the ordinary here. Again, it's eerily silent. Everything around you is completely silent. On occasion, you do hear whispers, though all of the whispers do appear to be kind of disembodied voices through the chambers.
Grand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's cover down this hallway first. I have a feeling that this statues will just wrap around. I'm just gonna move down until
I'd
I
imagine
hear a
that
stop.
Sky Harness would say something like, "Oh, I don't like magic." Right around now.
Rylan, as you start to make your way down into the southern part of this chamber, you look over to your left and right, and you start to see mummified bodies kind of laying on platforms kind of off to the sides, like over in these areas. The platforms go 3 high. The bodies themselves are not as decorative as the ones in the chamber before. These bodies appeared to be basic soldiers, like holding their weapon of choice in their hands, kind of clutching onto it tightly. Pandora, as you start making your way south, you start to hear sounds. Sounds like the dragon priest behind you begins stirring and standing, though when the others look behind them, they are standing still, or still sitting in their position. When you look back, you catch a glimpse of the kind of beings themselves that you are seeing rise to their feet and slowly step down and make their way onto the level part directly to your north.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yet the rest of you do not see this. Only he can see this.
They're just going to be breathing down our necks.
Seems like it.
Lorgus kind of peeking around into the chambers you're in. You see the same thing to your north and south. You see several of the 3 stacked platforms that the mummified bodies are laying on. As you kind of peer into the chamber ahead, you see several sarcophagi and more of the same kind of bodies all along the outer walls. The further you look out into the back corner of the room, you start to catch a glimpse of an additional 2 what appear to be dragon priests, and that similar kind of armor sitting in the far back corners of the chamber.
There's some more of them in here.
It seems to be stairs leading up. I don't know if these ones have any significance.
Again, kind of looking through, you're noticing same kind of garb, and same kind of treatment as the other ones that you see down to your north and south. They appear to be soldiers of some type. You're noticing a trend. The soldiers have a kind of laying memorial where they're laying on their backs, arms crossed over their chest, and like a weapon in hand, where the dragon priests have a very like a small sitting position in like a fetal position in these small alcoves through the chambers themselves.
So are these ones are just sarcophagi that are just kind of just sitting there?
Correct.
I hesitate to start rummaging around this stuff because soldiers are only at rest until an enemy presents itself.
Exactly. I'm seeing these spirits starting to move towards us, but it doesn't look like they're doing anything yet.
That's still plenty concerning, actually.
You're not wrong. And she's just going to peek down this little hall here.
Yeah, I'm going to peek down this one as well.
Pandora to your south, way down here, you see what appears to be another dragon priest, who similarly, when you start to come into view, goes from its kind of fetal position looking up in your direction, and its eyes immediately locking upon you.
More of the same down our way.
Yeah, more of the same. You're seeing a lot of dead bodies.
Would very much not want to annoy all of these.
Lorgus kind of peeking around the corner to your north. You start to see more dragon priests into the small little round alcoves. Each one of them just in that same kind of fetal position.
There's a lot of them.
There are a lot of them.
Jeez.
I really hope they don't activate.
Lorgus, there was only one when we got the last shard, right?
Yeah.
Pandora.
If anything happens, we'll blame Pandora.
Entering in the northwest here, you're seeing the two to the far east of the chamber, both of which turn their attention to you. Looking in your direction, you watch as they physically, as their spirit stands up and slowly starts walking in your direction, though Sky Tarnith, who's right behind you, sees the motionless bodies just sitting there.
Are they just walking casually, or do they look like they have some kind of ill intent?
No ill intent. They are still standing, like arms crossed, but now instead of being in that kind of sitting fetal position, they have stood up and they're making their way towards you, though very, very slowly. And it seems like the longer you stand there, you kind of watch them and they reach to a certain point where they stop. So if you got closer to them, they wouldn't come closer.
But
she's gonna watch and see how close they get before taking out the shard, and she'll address them and say, "Do you know where the other one is?"
In doing so, they do not respond. They are they're not a talkative bunch, obviously. They
no
watch
gestures
you.
Or movement.
No, they just watch you very closely. Again, their arms kind of crossed over their chest, watching and waiting, seeing what you're going to do.
This is eerie to see, the least.
Mm-hmm. Rylan and Lorgus, you see a sarcophagus down here. It goes down a set of stairs, sets about 4 foot from the platform you're standing on. Doesn't appear too out of place. I mean, aside from it just being a sarcophagus and not a platform. But appear there are several of these kind of sarcophagus around the area. They use to kind of bury some of the more important individuals of this group versus giving them the burials like the others have been given here.
Can I actually use a perception check on the weapons they're holding to see if there's any identifying marks on them?
On the soldiers?
Yeah, on the soldiers.
Yeah, you can give me a perception check on that. As you're kind of looking around, give me a history check too while you're at it. You do notice a trend as you're kind of looking over the dead bodies of the soldiers and even the dragon priests. And you notice that each of the weapons do have markings on them, and a lot of the markings do match between each individual. However, you're not able to pinpoint what those markings belong to. Your knowledge of the realm itself is pretty limited. Though, again, it does catch your attention, and it seems kind of odd that all of them have kind of similar markings along the hilts of their weapons and things of that nature.
Hey, Ryland, you've been on the Isles for a while, right? Would these
life.
markings on the swords mean anything to you?
Let's see what my history check says. Nope.
Nice.
His history check says that they're identical markings that he does not know from his time on within the realm. And as he kind of looks them over, I mean, obviously, this stands out as pretty important figures to whoever built this tomb, but he doesn't actually know who the markings belong to.
Can't say I know. Sorry.
Pandora, as
Hello.
you're kind of searching around the room here to the northeast, the dragon priest that you had seen from the hallway that you had come from before now stand in the doorway directly behind Skytarnith. Skytarnith obviously doesn't see this nor hear anything because...
Oh, I hope they're the soul stealing kind of ghosts. I wanted to get closer to this body here. Is the dragon priest that rose up out of there, are they like blocking the way or anything like that? Are they moving?
As you get closer to the bodies of the dragon priests, the being that is kind of watching you or even moved towards you slowly backs away. So as you got closer and closer to it, it would eventually back into its location where it had come from. It would just, as you kind of move away and step, like if you step back towards Skytarnith, that body would again start to follow you.
Okay, I want to get closer and examine the body itself.
Okay. And what are you looking for in particular? Anything?
Not anything in particular, but if it has anything on it, because like usually mummies aren't left with anything, but they might have some kind of religious iconography or something on them if they're supposed to be these dragon priests. And it looks like these are ritualistic mummifications, so maybe they have something on them.
Okay. You can give me an investigation and history
Okay.
on these.
Well, okay, history works.
History works. The investigation is you're looking them over. Again, you're not really seeing anything that looks out of the ordinary with them. They look almost identical to the one that was guarding Ezator's chamber. However, as you're looking over them, you're reading a little closer. Do you have what languages do you speak actually?
She speaks common. Oh, here, I'll just boop.
Okay, that is very, very convenient. So as you're kind of looking these bodies over a little bit, you're noticing most of it, the decorative side of things. As you mentioned, it's very ritualistic. There's not a lot to... It appears that the armor is almost identical to the ones that they used in their life, as well as their death, though this is given like a refurbished kind of new look to their armor. When they were buried within this tomb, every single part of it, like anything that it was scuffed or looked, messed up or out of place, they repaired it and fixed it and made it look like it was new again. The thing that is very disconcerting to you is you're looking over the bodies and reading in Draconic, these are the dragon priests of Rythis. Your history check allows you to recall back to stories of a dragon who was basically referred to as the Deathbringer in the realm. He was a tyrant. He wanted to see the realm burn, and he wanted to make everyone within the Living Isles his slave. Rythis held no prisoners. He slaughtered villages, and for you it's very important that you understand how deep this goes, because you're a drow, and your recollection of Rythis reminds you that he eradicated the entire drow population on the island of Grell, because he was looking for subordinates, people that would bow to him, and the drow refused. You're looking over this and you catch glimpses of Rythis's name and the dragon cult itself, and immediately you get this very, very kind of bad feeling that you are in a very dark chamber of nothing but Deathbringers. That's all they did. They slaughtered entire groups of people at the will of a dragon.
Huh.
She's just gonna take that all in for a moment, and then just Eldritch blast the thing's head.
Okay. And as you do, you watch as the ghostly being of this dragon priest just dissolves into nothingness. The body of this dragon priest immediately catches fire and kind of erupts into a full flame and then dissolves into a pile of ash. Nothing remains of it. The one to the north watches similarly as it did before. Nothing out of the ordinary. It doesn't even seem phased that you just destroyed this other one.
Good, because she doesn't blink and blows that one up too.
Okay. And as you do, again, you watch as this, you hit it with the Eldritch Blast, and as soon as this happens, it dissolves into a pile of ash, and the ghostly being disappears in front of you.
Huh.
Gives another little calming exhale. Doesn't say anything to Skytar. She just brushes past him.
Yeah, wait, he just saw you Eldritch blasting nothing. He must be really confused.
No, not nothing. I blew up the mummies.
Oh.
Okay. So 2 of the dragon priests in the far east corner dissolved into nothingness. Pandora, however, when you enter into that hallway,
Yep, I see that.
watching, not moving, just watching, their weapons drawn, looking down in your direction. They haven't approached, they haven't chosen to move forward. Off in the distance, a little further back, you see the other 2 slowly starting to make their way forward as well, joining in behind the 2 that you saw the first time. Sky Tarnith, as he turns and makes his way over here, doesn't see them.
Damn corners. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I can hit that one.
Corners. Rip.
Corners are a thing.
It is like right on the edge of that
Mhm.
corner, and it's like okay. No sign of the other 2, right?
No, they've kind of wandered off into the depths of the tomb.
We've been dead this whole time, actually. Just fell into a pit.
Fell into a pit nobody knew.
And they were never heard from again.
Never heard from again.
All right, Lorgus. If we should probably wrap it up.
There weren't any
because-
mummies in this room, right?
Correct.
Yeah, let's just see what else might be down this hallway and make our way back.
Yep. I'm a little nervous that we just left those 2 by themselves.
Oh yeah, wait a second.
I'm sure one of them will be dead when we get back.
After a couple moments, Sky Tarnith kind of looks at you and wonders what is going on, why you've stopped, and your kind of movement going across the hallway.
Because I really don't trust these ghosts. Yeah,
well,
you
they
know
are
this,
death cult murderers, so
and you know it's not fair. You 2. This would have been a perfectly good time to kill Sky Tarnith, but he's not here.
Mm-hmm. The Lorgus and Rylan, as you continue kind of diving deeper into the chambers here, you are seeing more of the same, and this is a labyrinth. Like, it extends beyond even what you can see right now. You're kind of peering through and kind of looking into the rooms. You're counting hundreds of men as you go by, soldiers and dragon priests. It's amazing the amount of people that were kind of held within this tomb, and you feel like you haven't even scratched the surface. It's terrifying how many things are within this chamber.
I'm starting to suspect that this is... think of it like a barracks, but a graveyard.
yes.
I don't think we're gonna find anything but more bodies.
Yeah, that is a logical conclusion to me. I'm just gonna look down this hallway, and then if there's nothing else new, we should head on back.
And similarly, as you kind of peer down, you see more and more bodies everywhere. Like, as far as the eye can see, it just extends and continues. The deeper you go, the more you're seeing the bodies. As you kind of peer around into the corner over to the east, you find the chamber here is literally just nothing but bodies. These appear to be more kind of your normal, like the grunts of the militia, hundreds of them. This chamber, instead of it being stacks of 3, go up in stacks of 15. And every single section just goes up higher and higher. And as you're kind of looking around the chamber, the bodies are just, it's incredible how many are in here. And you're kind of peering around through, it extends a good ways. Hundreds of bodies just in this one chamber alone. Kind of look up the ceiling, hundreds of feet up high, just extending almost beyond what you can even see yourself.
And to think some poor fucker had to go and arrange these things.
Shift.
Also, wait, side note, should we prank Snow just by saying that, oh, Sky Tarnith died, please roll a new character. Have him roll a new character.
Nah,
And then...
if he actually dies, I'll have him roll a new character. Because what Pandora sees is pretty fucking terrifying.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, I'm gonna, like, just the idea that all of that is going on, like all these ghosts are moving around, and we can't see them at all. Like, I know ghosts in D&D. We're not safe from ghosts in D&D just because you can't see them.
Yeah.
All right, Laura, I guess I'm...
Sky Tarnith.
I think I'm gonna call this this little exploration of ours a bit of a wash.
Yeah, I think we get the idea.
Yeah, I'm more than terrified of any necromancer happening upon this place.
Yeah.
Sky Tarnith.
I would prefer to leave before we start to resemble these folks here.
Agreed. Let's go find our erstwhile friends.
Sky Tarnith, humor me a moment. Go down the hall and smash one of those mummies.
Oh, dear Lord.
As Sky Tarnith moves and gets about 10 feet from this being in front of it, it immediately appears in his vision. Like, he can actually see it now.
That's what I thought.
Kind of taken aback by it. He kind of stumbles backwards, a bit terrified, because now he can see what appears to be a dragon priest directly in front of him.
Wait, does that apply to all the dragon priests?
Nope, just the one that he was standing in front of.
Okay.
Does he I probably can't know it, but is it like visible? Does he still look like he can see it?
Oh
Is
yeah,
he
like
still freaking out,
like
or
as
like
he
appear and then he's like, "Oh, what was that?" when he backed up.
Yeah, as he walked forward and saw it, like he immediately backed away, and his eyes are trained on that being in front of him.
Okay, so it's clear he can still see it once he backed up.
Yep.
Also, Rylan, you're going the wrong way.
All right.
I told you this is
that
literally
answered my
elaborate.
question. Sword out, kill it. Of course, he runs the other way.
The other two, as you enter back into this chamber, you watch as Sky Tarnith kind of panics and is like, he almost like falls down and is like kind of crawling backwards, back towards Pandora. He's freaking terrified of what he just saw. Pandora sees all of this in front of her, yet only, even if you were in their position, you wouldn't see all of it. You would see one being, thanks to Sky Tarnith getting closer to it.
Oh, so one of them is now visible to us.
Mm-hmm. And because Pandora knows where they're at, I'm going to move the others to a different layer. So you know where they were at, so it's fine.
So, you know those dragon priests that I said were floating around?
Let me guess, they're doing more than just floating around now.
Considering the puddle at Sky Tarnith's feet, yes.
Not even here to defend himself.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna tell him when he gets back that it is now officially like a canon thing that you pissed yourself.
He's done it before.
All right, fair enough.
Well, if you walking around is what's setting them off, I recommend you don't take a stroll where we just were.
I may have burned a couple of them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Rylan just
Maybe.
has that look on his face where he's like, he's trying hard to process what he just heard, but he's just can't quite get there. You just burned a bunch of
Pandora,
stuff.
I need you to give me a charisma save, please.
That's a good sign.
That shouldn't be hard. That's my best save. Here comes the one.
Why would you?
Hey,
Oh,
look
thank
at
goodness.
that.
You have a plus 9, Christ.
The one that Skytarneth stepped in front of immediately turns in your direction, his body now becoming a very physical form. The others still this very spectral image to you, and as he becomes this physical form, he looks in your direction and immediately gives this very intimidating kind of a growl that echoes through the chamber. As it does, being kind of looking in the direction of these others, Skytarneth kind of cowering away and running away, and the others not having a good look on him. You're the only one catching a glimpse of him kind of getting into this like intimidating form. You're able to kind of protect yourself from it, and you're not terrified of him taking this form, but you know they are now serious about whatever is about to happen here.
Do we hear the sound as well?
Oh yeah, it's now this deathly quiet chamber like rumbles from the growl of this dragon priest as it kind of echoes and reverberates through the chambers.
Something tells me we've made a terrible, terrible mistake.
Rylan, these dragon priests are evil. They killed my people on the island. And she's gonna fire another Eldritch Blast down at that thing.
Okay. And with that, we'll have everybody roll initiative.
Initiative.
Shot first, then initiative.
I will give you the shot first.
Hooray!
14.
Whoops. That was the wrong thing. Does not hit.
Alrighty. It wasn't the one, so that's fine.
Yeah. Holy cow, I rolled it.
The moment when your
25 for
crit
Skytarneth.
fail is still a 10.
I mean, I have a 20 charisma now, so
They rolled
she's
pretty
very
well.
charming when she wants to be.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you cast this Eldritch Blast at the Dragon Priest kind of shrugs it off. Like it just kind of bounces right off the armor and dissolves into nothingness. Kind of shrugs, looks in your direction, and immediately is gonna kind of step forward here and get almost face to face with you, and you watch as it kind of puffs out his chest a little bit and drops this. And oh my god, I didn't set these to not whisper, so I gotta fix that. Hold on. So yeah, we'll redo that then. Kind of puffs out his chest and unleashes a torrent of fire in your direction. 15-foot cone, so it's going to catch all three of you. Rylan, you're able to kind of sidestep. You'll get advantage on this save because the wall's kind of blocking most of it. But Skytarneth and Pandora will not have that, so they'll have to just save outright.
We're all level 8 at this point, right?
Correct.
Yep, that is
Okay.
correct. Oof. Oof. Pandora and Rylan, both of you are able to save from the torrent of fire that
Oof, thank
rips
goodness.
out from this dragon priest. Sky Tarnith, however, does not, taking the full brunt of the 24
Doesn't he have an
fire.
evasion?
Maybe he does. Let me look. Because
I'd imagine that he does because I do.
Not that I'm trying to keep him alive.
no,
but
I thank you
rogues have
because
it.
I'm not. Yeah, evasion. Yes, he does, and yeah, he would take half damage on that, so he's only going to take 12 fire damage from it.
But he can see the attack.
Right, but evasion, and I'll link it to you. When you're subjected to an attack,
No, I mean his random. Just I decide to have all the damage as a reaction. Bullshittery.
Well, that wouldn't apply in this.
I don't think Uncanny Dodge applies as well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't think
apply
you
in
can
this.
do both.
It's one or the other.
Also, Uncanny Dodge is only on a targeted attack specifically
Correct.
towards you. You can't
you can't have an AOE from that.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yes, he can have something that he's going to take full damage, or he will take no damage if he saved on it. But unfortunately, he did not save, so he can have it. So he'll take 12 damage on that.
All right, cool.
And I also take 12 because I saved, but did not save forever.
Correct. You still take a bit of damage off of it. And I'm actually going to change the music here because. Yeah, we need combat music now.
Why do they like fire so much? Why do they, every time we run into one of these things, it throws fire at us?
At this point, I just see the people in front of me get somewhat roasted.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And with that ends the turn of the Dragon Priest. Sky Tarnith is going to move into position. He gets how many attacks? 2? I think 2.
I think just 1 because he's rogue, right?
Yeah, but he's a swashbuckler, so that could be different. I have no idea how many attacks he gets.
Oh yeah, true. I don't remember him ever using more than 1, though.
Okay, it could be 1. So he'll take out his Dagger of Venom, and yeah, he's going to land the attack. Doing 8 piercing damage. Does that? Yep. Plus magical poison damage. And because he's swashbuckler, he can disengage and quickly back out after landing his attack. And that will be the end of his turn. Lorigus, you're up.
All right. Is he in to the north corridor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna make. And I'll move here and. Yeah, do the stuff. Hold on, let me pull up my character.
Do the stuff. You do all that stuff. Oh, he should have. Would he have gotten sneak attack on that? Let's see. He didn't have an advantage on it, but he wouldn't. He doesn't need that because of his.
If he was fighting only the one guy, he should have. I think.
Yeah, he should have had sneak attack too. All right, let's do that. Hey, additional 5 damage. Yeah. Okay, so what are you doing? 2 attacks. Unfortunately, both of them miss.
Then I'll use a flurry of blows to disengage and also get 2 more unarmed.
Alrighty. The 19 hits.
6.
Alright.
Alright,
Anything else?
I'm just gonna back around this wall.
Alrighty.
Is that a wall?
It's a collapsed wall. You're around the corner.
All right. Well, it's the best that I can do at this point. So.
Just pull out your masonry kit and fix it up.
All right. So quickly coming in, taking a couple jabs with the Yukawa, both of which miss, and then kind of jumping back, taking 2 Talon attacks. The first one hits, but the second one not. You watch as this thing didn't even seem phased by your attack. It was kind of, really not a concern to this beast. Pandora, you watch all of this and you notice this dragon priest hasn't even taken his eyes off of you.
Well, time to back up a little bit. She's gonna fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts and then scoot.
Okay.
And then scoot.
Yeah!
Yeah,
there we
both
go.
hit.
I guess he's the one getting scooted.
So
Okay,
22 on the first one and 8 on the second. So 30 total.
And then the invocations will... Let me double check which ones I had, because I haven't done this in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Repelling Blast is going to push him back 10 feet.
Okay.
In a straight line, so he just goes straight back. And then his speed is reduced by 10 until the end of my next turn.
Okay. So we'll put a mark on him that he is now slowed for movement. So it's reduced. Anything else?
I'm just going to move back into this corner, and then I'm done.
Okay. As you knock this dragon priest back, you notice it as he falls back into the ghostly figure of the second dragon priest, and it immediately pops into visibility as it hits it.
Shit.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Rylan, you're up. But you did considerable damage to it, at least.
Aha!
Yeah, that crit helps.
Yeah.
I'm going to run up now, noticing just in the back of my mind, like, okay, no one said there were 2. All right. And then I'm going to first I'm going to use my warding shield, and I'm going to speak the command word, which I've decided is Floaty Magoo.
Floaty Magoo.
Floaty
Magoo,
Magoo.
indeed.
And then I'm going to take 2 greatsword swipes at the slowed priest in front of me.
All right. Remind me, is your weapon a magical weapon?
It's magical in its heart, but not an enchantment.
Gotcha. Okay.
It is majestic.
It's majestic.
It's cool looking, so...
Mhm. The first
right.
one definitely hits, so go ahead and give me damage.
8 slashing, which I'm sure is getting reduced, and I'm going to mark him.
All right. So, bringing the greatsword down, the first swipe landing perfectly. You feel that it gets purchased, but you don't feel you're doing enough damage considering what you would normally do with it. And then you bring the second one down, and the dragon priest, taking the daggered hand, just kind of pushes the greatsword out of the way, taking no additional damage from it. And with that, the second dragon priest also begins making his way past. As he enters into this part of the room, Rylan, you're going to get an attack of opportunity against him.
I think that's like the second opportunity to attack this entire campaign.
Unfortunately, as you bring the greatsword down, it does not actually land, and he just kind of floats right by you. The dragon priest, his eyes fixed upon Pandora, again watches this one again puffs out its chest and lets loose another fire attack. Unfortunately for Pandora, she's the only one that's going to be in the range of this attack. The others, being in their position, it's a cone. So unfortunately, it would be 1, and then 3, and then 5. So Pandora's the only one.
Oh.
Do save, though.
Nice
So
roll.
Why are you
reduces-
saying unfortunately?
It still hurts.
Unfortunately, because I should have all of you in front of it, but
It still really hurts.
Still really hurts. Let's loose another torrent of fire. Pandora kind of trying to dodge out of the way of it. Takes a bit of the fire damage from it, but is able to kind of prevent from taking more than originally intended. And that's going to end its turn. Rylan having this Dragon Priest in front of him. Let's see what he's going to do. Yeah, probably.
He could give me a magic weapon and make the fight fair.
No, we can't do that now, can we?
I mean, good.
Nah.
All right. Well,
Let's see.
nobody can
what
say I
is
didn't
this?
try.
Maybe he'll roll a 1 and drop whatever he's using.
Ooh,
Okay.
that would be handy.
So here's what he's going to do. He's going to cast Blight at 4th level.
Oh.
I need you to give me a Constitution save, please. Oh, yes. So reaching out with this kind of necrotic type hand, reaches out and places it upon Rylan. Kind of caught off guard by it. You still take 14 necrotic damage from this beast who's now reached out and touched you. Feeling this very cold necrotic energy kind of enter into your body. Doesn't feel very pleasant, like at all.
No, I can't imagine it would.
No.
I mean, you don't know where that hand's been.
You have no idea where his
washed it.
hand has been. So, yeah, that's a thing. So, yeah, unfortunately, kind of lays his hand on you, doing a nice chunk of damage, but that is going to end his turn. Let's see, Skytarneth is going to look ahead and going to... What is this thing? Wait, what did he get that gave him this?
I think
Oh,
he's-
right, he has that rapier.
Yeah, he has the rapier now.
So taking the rapier and slashing in the direction of this dragon priest, unfortunately misses. So he's going to take his bonus and disengage and kind of get back behind this wall here. Unfortunately not landing the attack. Lorgus, you're up.
Alright, same.
Hey, Paige. Yes, exactly. We have no idea where these dragon priest hands have been.
Does the 18 hit?
The 18 does hit.
Alright, and
10?
since it hit.
Okay.
Actually, wait, hold up. I'm going to use Stunning Strike.
Alrighty.
You should have a DC of, let's see, 8 plus 3 plus 3. 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super impressed and happy that you remembered that.
Is it a con save?
Yeah, con.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Okay.
You know, I'll just use a bonus action to activate my stone gauntlets, which
All right.
+1 to AC.
+1 to AC. So you activate your stone gauntlets, watching as the small stones around it kind of pull themselves off of the gauntlets themselves and begin swirling around you, adding an extra layer of protection to you. But otherwise, only your Yokowa attack hit and did full damage to him. Feeling a bit happy that you were able to actually land that attack.
Yep.
Pandora, you're up.
Why is it always fire? She's gonna
Always fire.
She's gonna get her shots off, and then
Man just wants to show you his mixtape.
he
Oh,
does
man.
he spits hot fire.
This shit is lit.
19 hits.
All right, so it's gonna knock him back 10 feet and reduce his movement.
All right. And then the other one is now cleared of the movement reduction. Kind of terrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking horrifying.
Awesome. Pretty much.
Pandora, when this
It's
fight's
pretty
done,
terrifying.
we're looking at all of these weapons for something magical.
We're going to have a long talk about knocking things backwards.
And done.
Okay. Rylan, back behind you, you hear an Eldritch Blast fired off from Pandora, and you hear the shout of the Dragon Priest as it flies backwards. But the one in front of you still looks pretty healthy and still looks like he wants to kill you.
The
I really
story
should
of
be
my-
helping with that. But
story
they keep
of my
fire
life.
breathing Me.
All right, when everything looks like it can get hit with a great sword, you hit everything with a great sword. So I'm gonna hit it with a great
Hit it
sword.
with a great sword. Yeah, that first one hits.
I will maintain the mark.
Mhm.
You always just see the red number and have a mild panic attack.
Right?
I do actually every time.
So you bring the great sword down again. You feel that it gains purchase on the attack, but it doesn't feel like it's making as big of an impact as you would expect it to. So as you kind of swipe through, slashing across the chest of this dragon priest, it doesn't appear to be too phased by your attack, though the robes are starting to look a little rough. You're doing a nice little bit of damage to it over time.
Why did we let him take the rapier that was magical?
Said something about birthright.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
The one to the south, his movement's reduced by 10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. He is going to move forward, turn and look at Lorgus, and reach his hand out. Oh, that is so low considering the other one. That's like really low.
Wait, hold up. Wasn't the other one 30?
Yeah, it was some crazy number because it was a crit. Oh no, that was a breath attack. That wasn't the life steal.
Oh, this is live.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a 10 does not hit.
Okay. So yeah, he turns in your direction, reaching out with his hand to attempt to take some of the life from you, dealing 7 necrotic damage, or not dealing the 7 necrotic damage, and you're able to actually save against it. Wait, is it halved? No. Okay, that's right.
I
You
think I
don't
would have
take
to
any
make the.
damage from it.
I think I would have to make the save. If
Correct.
The attack landed.
Correct. That's correct. Yeah. So that's a thing. This one's going to try that because I think I messed up and I clicked the wrong thing last time. So I'm sorry, Rylan. I did a bunch of damage to you with the breath attack. No, wait. I used blight last time.
Yeah,
I used blight last time. This time he is going to do the same thing that he just did. The other one just did. 12 to hit.
Floaty shield takes the hit.
Floaty shield, as the dragon priest reaches his hand out, the floaty shield hits him in the wrist, knocking his hand out of the air, preventing actually making contact with Rylan.
This guy right next to me is such a dick because now I can't help Rylan.
That's fine, guys. I got it.
It's fine, I got this. Sky Tarnith is going to take 15 feet of movement, reach forward with his life-stealing sword, is going to make contact. So he is going to deal a lot of damage here, hopefully. Let's see what this does. Okay, so he has resistance. Okay, so the he notices as the rapier slashes through, the 10 piercing damage just feels right, like an actual rapier should feel when he makes the attack. You watch as the necrotic energy kind of enters into the body of this dragon priest. It seems pretty resistant to it. Doesn't seem to take as big of an effect as you would expect from it. But it still takes a bit of damage from it. With that, he's going to, because his attack landed, is going to disengage and again move back out of the way.
I think you can also use a bonus action to throw a knife or something.
Is that what it was?
No,
his bonus action was to call his knife back, his dagger back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lorgus, you're up.
Alright, well, I don't really have anything else to do here, so...
Yeah, the 24 hits.
I've rolled 2 2s in a row. But at least it's not a 1.
It's true. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use it. There's no. Yeah, I'm gonna use a key point to flurry of blows.
Okay. Oh yeah, both of those hit,
Woo!
including that crit.
Nice.
Yes.
Also, I'm pretty sure my talons ignore physical resistance.
Yeah.
Because they count as magical.
Yeah, monks do that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 1 sec.
Magic hands.
Magic hands.
So yeah, you're Yukawa doing a nice little chunk of damage, but you feel you gain a lot of purchase from your talon attacks. The one feels dead on, and you're able to kind of jab through the chest. It just a solid feel under the claw itself, and then immediately retaliating with the second one. All of the both of the talon attacks doing a considerable chunk of damage to him. This being his armor kind of falling apart, looking a bit rough and ragged, however, is still standing. Pandora, you're up.
Thankfully, nothing came to burn me, so she's gonna move up. Seeing the one here, she's just gonna blast it back again off of Lorigus.
Okay. Both hit. Nice.
All right, so yep, same thing. Just keep knocking it back, keep slowing it down.
Okay. Pushing it back 10 feet. Would it actually? It would do that twice, wouldn't it? For both.
Yeah, it would.
So casting
It's
both.
not, I don't think
Blast,
I don't think the slow would stack, but
the
knockback probably
knockback would stack. Yes. So casting the first one, feeling it landing true, knocking him back a bit as he kind of stumbles. You're able to quickly kind of capitalize on it, and as you cast the second Eldritch Blast, knocks it back even further. This time, it looks really rough. There's
your opening.
Yeah, it's kind of staggered a bit. Looking forward, it's knocked back way far out of range. I don't even think it can catch up now, or get back where it was. It doesn't have enough movement speed to do so.
That's pretty hilarious, actually.
It is.
And I'm going to finish out my movement by ducking around the corner. I'm not going to risk another breath attack.
Okay.
Because fire burns.
Fire burns.
Fire
Rylan, you're
hot.
up. Fire hot.
Boy, it sure would be nice if one of my friends came over to help me, but no, it's fine.
I just gave them room to come help you.
Corporeal piece of garbage kind of blocking the door.
We're not going to talk about the other two that Pandora saw.
No.
No,
we're not.
they're not
We're
doing
ignoring
anything.
that.
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them yet. They're not doing anything
They're
bad.
not
Wait,
doing
hold
anything.
on. Am I behind a wall, or is this like? Is that
We
something I
had
can
this
climb over?
discussion already.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Knocked over.
Have you-
It's
have-
not a real wall.
Have you been drinking?
yes.
Oh,
he's
me too.
He's a drunk monk. It's what he does.
Double slash. Boom.
Double
Bam.
slash.
For nothing. It was bad
Yeet.
double slash.
It was a very bad double slash, and as you bring the great sword down on the first attack, you watch as it kind of sways and like moves out of the way, almost like a Matrix kind of move. Like it just turns and watches as the great sword goes by, and then the second one, like you get ready to bring it down, and you're like kind of thrown off at the fact that he just kind of sidestepped and didn't even pay any attention to it.
You should probably back up.
Kind of threw your aim off a little bit on the second one.
I can't back up because I don't want to draw a melee attack.
He
Because
just
I don't.
He just used his movement to, or his action to attack twice. He can't bonus action disengage, okay?
I mean, but you're like the tank. Your armor's not like 25 or something. Come on.
No, it's 19 something.
It's 19 something.
What?
Yeah, it's 19 something.
Wait, but that
let's
doesn't.
see. What is he gonna do?
Is it 19.5?
No,
19 something.
it's yeah.
Lorigus and
Yas.
let's see.
Yeah, this I'm already
Lorigus
really liking this.
and Sky Tarnith, I need charisma saves, please.
Oh boy.
Oh, these would be the other two.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, okay, that works.
That works. You are able to save against this very kind of intimidating presence of this dragon priest. However, Sky Tarnith, on the other hand, did not and is going to have to run away on his turn as far as he can get. And then he can save again. Although that's not
What
really
else
out of
is
character. It's
Yeah,
not
really. I
really
was
out of
about to
character.
say, like,
He can only empty his bladder so much.
he's just running and like just chugging from the water skin, just like, hold on,
Let's
guys.
see, what can I do here?
You just off in the distance hear the sound of a toilet flushing.
Oh, I want to do this so bad. Hold on. Oh, I wanna do-
DM,
Oh, no.
just stop. Just
can't.
stop it.
I can't. It's not close enough. I can't.
Stop
Are
taking
you trying-
such glee.
What is this man planning?
Oh, I have a lot of things planned. You're very lucky where you are at right now because it could have been so bad. It could have been so bad. Okay. You watch as the dragon priest in front of you kind of takes his hands and pushes them together, and then as he pushes forward, a black beam of energy springs forth from his fingertips in your direction. I need you to go ahead and give me a... What is this? I can't remember what it is. It's a ranged spell attack.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
hit me.
Oh, damn it. What is his...
Why would you want to half my damage already? It's already getting halved.
+2. Yeah, he misses. So he shoots this beam out in your direction. Unfortunately for him, missing the attack. I'm going to fix it so that it works properly next time, though. 'Cause
Wouldn't
it
also
should be an
roll at
attack.
disadvantage because of close range casting, or is that like, am I missing?
It would be
That's not-
disadvantage, but it wouldn't make a difference in this case because
Yeah,
that's going to fail. So automatically, it's going to fail. So yeah, casting this ray in his direction does not actually land, as Ryland's able to quickly kind of duck out of the way and prevent taking any damage from it. Skytarnith is going to step forward and reach down, grab onto his dagger, and launch it at this dragon priest, which is going to hit, though it's not a true magical dagger. As it hits, he's going to say his word, which I'm not going to say because he is dead to me.
He's dead.
He
He's
is
super
dead to me.
dead.
He is like super dead.
Well, he's not
dead in
he's
every
not-
sense of the word.
He's not super dead. He's still with us, part of the team. I just am not going to use him until Snow is back.
And
You
he
really are evil.
calls the
Yeah,
he says
yeah.
the phrase, which immediately returns the dagger to his hand. He's going to stay where he is at, not feeling
It also
too threatened.
doesn't help that my thing is necrotic and we keep fighting undead, so I can't use him yet.
Yep. Lord, you're up. These guys.
Wait, hold on. Isn't Skytarnith kind of pissing himself right now?
No, he's okay.
Wasn't he frightened by the thing?
Oh, you were right. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna fix this. So that didn't happen.
I mean, he could
Instead-
probably throw it and then run, right?
I
Instead,
think
he's
once
got to
you're-
run away first, and then he can take his primary action to try to break from it, which was charisma. Yeah, he
There
saved.
you go.
So yeah, he's able to break free of it, but he's going to end his turn there. So that damage never actually happened. So yeah, Lorgus, you're up. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that.
Given Ryland's persistent calls to aid, I'm gonna go up here and see what I can do about this chap.
Okay.
You can punch him in the face, and I'd be
Yes.
happy.
Alright.
Neither one hit, unfortunately.
Darn.
Hmm.
Well, the unarmed seems to work, so...
Go ahead and try. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, with results
You
like
might
that.
as well. You might as well just stick to unarmed, because let me tell you. Yeah, go ahead and give me damage on those.
Here, I'll just borrow your Yikawa, and then you can just keep punching him.
You know what? It works.
As you jet forward with the Yikawa, neither of the attacks land. However, kind of jumping backwards and making your two talon attacks, both strike true. And you watch as this dragon priest, again, similar to the one to your southwest, looks pretty beat up from these talons and kind of stumbles backwards, kind of falling into the wall itself, but does stay on its feet.
At this point, I'm just going to questioningly eye my Yuklus, like as if there's some sort of defect with it.
I just imagine that whole thing happening, and then like he's swinging the Yikawa, and then Riley's just like turns to him and says, "Just punch him!"
Just hit him. It's fine.
And just because I have disengage, I'm just gonna move back real.
All right, Pandora, you're up.
I'm sure that motion is gonna bite me in the ass later, but
You're next to me. I can guard you.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Also
Sure.
because blight sucks.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna move up 15 so that she can see that priest and probably just keep firing on him.
Okay.
Drive him all the way back into the wall.
Oh,
well,
can I
alright,
buy
that
a
one-
crit? Everybody's getting crits
Wow,
but me.
go ahead and give me that damage. Make sure you change your crit to solid 10 instead of a 1d10 roll.
Yeah, how do I do that?
So if you click on the item in your list under attack, the attack box, where it says crit, just type in the solid 10 instead of a 1d10.
Oh, just do
Yeah.
the. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
cool! I never knew that.
Yep. So go ahead and tell me how you defeated this dragon priest.
She's just gonna be like, You'll go no further. You'll take no more of my people. And she just points it and shoots a beam. The first one, of course, missing because she's angry, but then the second one's just going to squarely hit it in the chest.
All right. And as you do, you watch as the body of this dragon priest erupts into a flame similar to the ones to the far east that you destroyed earlier, then disintegrating into a pile of ash on the ground itself. As it does, Pandora, unlike the two to the east, you notice that the soul of this one remains floating over the pile of ash on the floor. And its eyes are trained upon you.
Well, I suppose you know what to do.
Yeah, speaking the command word, it's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's gonna Shakar and get into my gem.
All right, and as you say this, you watch as the soul of this dragon priest turns into this little spiral that immediately leaves the body and drops into your shard of twilight. Again, you're the only person seeing this. Nobody else having a shard or can visibly see what's going on. Yeah, you now have captured a dragon priest in your shard of twilight.
I feel like
should I notate that as something separate, or
Yeah, not really.
is it gonna doesn't do anything special?
It's
Okay.
not special. It's more flair than anything. So
Yeah,
like
no, that's
if
fine.
you
I just wanted to make sure I don't miss anything on it.
Yeah, if you wanted to call out one for flavor later, we could do that. But
no,
yeah,
the calling out is reserved.
Mhm.
That spot's taken.
Otherwise, it's just going to be a standard being that would come from that.
Okie doke.
But we should totally be able to have an army of dragon priests that we can work with.
I mean, I'm hoping they'll show up when I do the thing in the final battle, but that'd be cool.
Ah, yes. Anything else?
No, I finished my movement, and so I'm done.
All right. Rylan, you're up.
Okay, let's see how this one goes, and I'm gonna hit him twice with my sword. Or once.
22 hits.
13.
Ooh. Okay. Yep. Anything else?
Maintaining the mark, mostly, and then I'm done.
Okay. So bringing the great sword down, make good purchase on the second one and thinking you're going to kind of strike a second time, knowing that you made a good strike the first time. You kind of jab forward, and this being just, again, kind of because it's floating in the air, is able to kind of float a little off to the side and is able to avoid the attack, kind of batting it away with its staff in its hand. This one's dead. This one's alive. Pandora, you look back to the north and you still see two more of these dragon priests floating.
Have they moved at all?
They have not.
Okay, that's good at least.
The one here, what is he gonna do? All of these things in front of him. Maybe he should do something.
Oh no.
Let's see. What shall he do? Okay. He is going to reach forward and place his hand on Rylan. Rylan, I need you to give me a wisdom
God,
save, please.
that's a long list of things.
Jesus. What kind of say? Wisdom. Oh,
Wisdom
good.
save.
That's my favorite.
That's your favorite. That
Curse
is
me. I
unfortunate.
want it.
Okay. So going forward, your Constitution saves are going to be at disadvantage. You will be at disadvantage on attack rolls. And at the beginning of each turn, you can do another wisdom save to try to break out of the curse. Otherwise, you will not be able to do anything at all. And then while you are cursed, your attacks deal an additional amount of damage, however, when they land. Yeah.
Against me.
Yeah.
I take extra
yes.
damage.
Yes. So
And
while you're cursed, you're...
So I don't want to be the bearer of my own bad news, but I don't get to roll to try to break free. I have to roll, and if I fail, I do nothing.
You do
so
nothing.
I have to roll to try to do stuff from now on.
Yep.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
This is the most debilitating thing I have ever seen.
That's correct.
It's really
that
bad.
is correct. It's pretty bad. So yes,
Fortunately, it's only a minute.
Yeah, it's only a minute or until this thing dies. So...
Or when it loses concentration.
Well, it would lose concentration if it dies.
Yeah.
Because
or if it gets hit in the face
by it's closer to that than anything.
I'm rolling bad.
Sky Tarnith is not going to be able to do anything. That's using his entire movement to get into position here.
Did he also dash?
Yeah, he did.
But he can bonus action dash.
Can bonus action dash, but that still doesn't... I mean, he can't move 120 feet. He can move 60 feet.
Oh, but can he, like, just throw something?
He can throw his dagger, I guess. We can do that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have him throw his dagger. Because that's...
I'm just saying that.
Hey, some damage is better than no damage.
But yeah, he throws it, and unfortunately, the Dragon Priest is not in his range as he throws it, and is able to avoid the actual attack. And the dagger flies and falls kind of behind where this Dragon Priest was. Lorgus, you are up. Kill them. Kill them all.
It's time to do the thing.
Time to do the thing?
I'm gonna go right here, and you know what? The staff, this vehicle it's not really been working out for me, so...
Yeah.
I'm also using a bonus action for just one extra.
Okay. The first two hit.
Please tell me he's dead.
Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
All right. So jabbing forward with the talons, the first two hitting. The third one, as you swipe forward, it unfortunately does not connect. And the Dragon Priest stops looking over in your direction, kind of now having its full and undivided attention. Pandora, you're up.
Alrighty, there was something fun I was going to do, but I'm really worried about the outcome of it. So I'm going to just keep up my Eldritch Blast, because that won't make more bad things appear.
You'll need to move, because he's kind of hidden behind two other of your party members. So you'll have to kind of sidestep one square to be able to hit him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because otherwise you got two people in front of you that you could potentially hit.
Sure. All right. So yeah, firing now.
Okay.
Pew.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them.
Yeah. First one hits.
Kill him.
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
It was one day.
So close.
Wasn't it?
And hitting him, knocking him back.
He activates
Son of a
more.
bitch!
Yeah. See, this is what I was worried about, though. It's like I could have just done the thing and hit all of them.
You were.
Wait, couldn't you choose to not use the invocation?
Technically, but I was really hoping it would have been enough to kill him.
It was
And he's
2
down.
points. It was 2 points from killing him.
Yeah, it rolled low. I was really hoping it would have just killed him and not been a problem.
And yeah, because he didn't actually say he wasn't going to use invocation, we rolled
Yeah,
with it that he
so
was using it.
it's-
Alright.
So yeah,
Alright.
his body kind of rolling against the
couldn't
wall.
backtrack it.
Yeah, his body kind of rolling against the wall, falls back and into the body of yet a third dragon priest. Pandora sees the fourth one still lies in wait, but now the third one has entered the fray.
Pandora, before you activate any more of them, can you tell us where these assholes are?
And unfortunately,
I don't think it will matter if I tell you. Really?
yeah, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. This one does move forward, and just like the other ones, kind of inhales deeply and unleashes a massive
This is
gout
gonna
of
suck.
flame. Hey, Gentleman Joe, thank you so very much for the
I don't
host, my
want the
friend.
dice and the dice is with me.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity save, please.
Yes, and I have evasion.
Yep. Oh, that is unfortunate. But at least he halves that. Yes, so all three of you will take half damage on this as he, again, unleashes this gout of flame that pours through the hallway. Pandora, you're far enough back that you see this flame erupt through the hall, catching all of your friends directly ahead of you on fire. And the dragon priest, again, grabbing onto its weapons, extending his hands out and readying himself for his future attacks. However, everybody will take 12 fire damage from
do have
this
evasion.
gout of flame. Mm-hmm. So you would be able to take no damage if you saved, which you did.
Awesome.
So yes, you would take nothing from that. Rylan and Skytarnath unfortunately do not, though. Or Skytarnath did, but he used it to half the damage. He couldn't actually just mitigate all of the damage entirely. Rylan, it's unfortunate.
Wisdom save, go. Okay, well
Oh.
that was fun. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put we're gonna put that little symbol on you because you're cursed. So Rylan does
I'm
nothing.
basically a vegetable for a while.
Mm-hmm. And with that, this one's going to step forward. His eyes still trained upon Lorigus as he now reaches forward with life drain.
Aha! My gauntlet
18 to hit.
make my AC a 19.
Nice. So as he reaches forward, one of the stones from the gauntlet whips around and kind of smacks him in the face and kind of disorients him a little bit as he's reaching forward. And you're able to quickly save against this attack that would have normally hit you. Skytarnath going to jump in here, slash forward at the beast in front of him. Fails.
God damn it, pirate!
Damn it, pirate. Nothing else I can do? No, nothing else I can do. Bonus action, disengage, and is going to run away. Lorigus, you're up. The one to your left,
kill
the one to your
him.
left looks really, really rough, and the one to the north looks like he's ready to kill you.
I'm gonna slap this guy for having the audacity for not dying yet.
Please just die. Yeah, your first attack hits, second attack hits.
I'm
Alright.
assuming the second attack will be against the other guy.
Sure, we can do that. So the first attack hits. Go ahead and tell me how you killed the dragon priest to your west.
I bitch slap him across the face. That is all.
So taking, kind of jumping back and giving me a nice little kick across the face, you watch as his head kind of spins around and his body collapses to the ground, unmoving. And then you quickly turn to the north, doing almost like a side kick, landing it dead in the chest of the one to the north, dealing a significant amount of damage to him. Anything else?
I'm gonna use a bonus action, flurry of blows, and make 2 more.
Okay,
And I'm no longer cursed, correct?
that is correct.
God.
Thank God.
That wisdom save, I was just going to
Yeah.
spend the rest of this dungeon just like, yeah, whatever.
Yep, both of which hit and doing a nice little chunk of damage.
Because fire burns, I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay. Do you have a... Oh, yeah, right. You can disengage when you land an attack from your melee, right?
Oh no, I can disengage just by spending a key point, and it does the thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So quickly
I
disengage.
stay in those
move around the
fights
corner.
like a man.
Mm-hmm. Stand and fight. Quickly running away. There's no shame in running from dragon priests. They're pretty freaking terrifying. Pandora, you're up.
Oh, are they?
Well,
Couldn't tell.
two isn't worth wasting an AoE, so I really want to use the spell, guys. Why'd you have to kill him?
Because I had nothing to do with that last turn of combat.
That's true. That is true.
Y'all know the Orb of Confusion from SpongeBob?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
I
much.
was pretty much just hanging on to it for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that ruined my fun plan. So yeah, I'm gonna turn off the knockback invocation and fire 2 more.
Yeah, both of
Nice.
which hit. Nice. Boom.
So it'll still get slowed. Not that it super matters, but
Okay.
otherwise he's not getting knocked back into the other
Yeah.
guy. And then I'm gonna duck around the corner so there's no fire breath.
Okay. Yeah, so landing both of these Eldritch Blasts on this Dragon Priest. You notice he's kind of succumbed to the slowness of his movement, but he took a nice chunk of damage. He's looking a little rough. Nowhere close to being done, but he looks rough. Unfortunately for Rylan, who's kind of stood his ground this entire fight. Let's see, what is he gonna do? Don't you love when I say that?
No, I don't.
Unfortunately,
Mhm.
did his tanky job.
He is.
I don't like that you have so many good options that you
do.
can't decide.
He's going to look to his side and attempt to revive the being beside him.
Son of a bitch.
And you don't?
Again, you don't.
Well, I mean, the good news is it just comes back as a regular
Yeah.
Zombo, so
Mm-hmm.
he's not like supercharged magic resistance anymore.
Correct.
Really making that
So-
AoE tempting.
Let me double check. 1 second. Okay. So the Dragon Priest immediately, you watch, because again he fell into just a pile of bones, and Pandora saw the skeleton and the ghost of this being still remaining, but as the Dragon Priest looks over and kind of raises his hand, you watch as this being comes back to life, floating directly in the spot that he was in before. He is still marked, Rylan, so that's... no, he's not, because you did not get an attack on him.
Yeah, no, I didn't do anything last time.
Yeah, you didn't do anything. But he rises directly beside this other one, both of which kind of stand. The one to the right, almost proud that he was bringing this other one back, as he kind of looks down in the direction of where he believes Pandora went, and that will end his turn. Rylan, the other one in front of you just came back to life.
Yeah,
That's pretty terrifying.
and I'm so happy that he looks so proud about it. Now I'm gonna kill it.
Okay.
I'm going to take 2 great sword swings at the newly risen dragon priest. If the first one kills him, I'm going to put the second one on the guy next to him.
Okay.
So here we go.
First one hits, second one hits. So you said first one's on the one in front of you, second one's on the one beside him?
I'm going to do, if the first one kills the second guy, then the second one will go on him.
Okay, unfortunately it does not. 13 is
right.
not going to be enough.
All right, then he gets the other 11 too, because I'm killing it. I'm just going to... It's no damage reduction on this one, so...
Correct. And as both of these attacks land, the first one looks, and it strikes true, hits perfectly, feels normal to you. Unlike the previous attacks against these dragon priests, this lands true. You're able to quickly take the greatsword back and bring it down a second time. As it lands and it makes the connection, you watch as once again the skeleton of this thing just crumples to the ground, unmoving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your friend?
Just stare into the other guy, just like, bitch, you what?
Pretty much.
You did what?
I just staring at him, just kind of like gesturing with my sword down at his newly fallen friend again.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
All right. Sky Tarnith is going to move forward, take his special life-stealing rapier and miss his attack, so he's going to bonus action disengage and get the hell out of there again.
It's like he didn't even leave.
It's like he didn't even leave. So quickly trying to come in and jab forward with the rapier. Unfortunately, the dragon priest is able to kind of avoid it, just kind of pulling back a little bit, avoiding the attack entirely. Lorgus, you're up.
I'm gonna go back up to this guy.
He's dead. He's super dead.
Yeah, just unarmed strikes.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Go ahead and give me that. So before you get your damage on your crit attack, go ahead and Lord, this is bad.
That better not be
This
what I
is rough.
think it is.
All right, so give me a second. I'm going to tell chat what's about to happen here. Because
I think. Are you kidding? He just crit me, didn't he?
because I gotta explain what actually happens whenever we crit here. So yeah, give me just a second. Okay. So chat, we have a rule here on Forgebreaker.
So much.
When you crit fail, you roll a D100. We pull off of a table that dictates what happens to the player when they crit fail. Unfortunately, Lorgus crit failed before he
you're either hitting yourself or you're hitting
me. He did
me.
3 attacks, but his crit fail is going to be the
only way I
here.
see
So
that good playing
what's
out
going
based
to
on
happen
his reaction
is he rolls a D100. He rolled a 98.
Or you're knocking yourself
I'm
out.
going to give him his result and tell him what
isn't
happens.
92
This
knocking
dictates
yourself
everything
out?
that happens
It's in the
after that. So
threshold,
if he's unconscious, so be it.
Could be
That's what
like
happens. He
91
doesn't get
to
his third attack.
99 or something.
If we succeed
I
here,
don't know
however,
the chart.
we take
so-
full damage bonus. So normally when you would crit succeed in an attack, like if you had a 1d8 plus 4, you would do your
Why couldn't it
1d8
have
plus
been
4,
the other way
get your damage
around?
on that, and then you would roll an
At least
additional
I could get the
1d8 to
crit
get your
damage off
crit
first.
damage. Here, however, we do max damage. So on your crit roll, instead of it being a 1d8, you would be a flat 8 on your crit. So it kind of changes things a little bit. It makes it a little interesting. That brings us to this, which is what's about to happen to Lorgus. Lorgus, go ahead and give me a Constitution save, please.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. That is super unfortunate. All right.
No.
So
Lorgus explodes in a puff of feathers.
So Lorgus, as you jab forward with your first attack, go ahead and give me the damage on that first attack, because that's going to land.
All right, cool.
All right.
Max damage.
So cool, max damage. You land the attack. As you land, your actual talon on the ground slips out from under you, and you fall forward. Go ahead and give me a 2d6 roll, please.
Oh
As you
sake.
take
God damn it!
as you take 11 bludgeoning damage because you fall forward and smack your head on the wall, knocking you unconscious for 1 minute. You are out cold, so we're going to go ahead and put you as prone. And what else can we give you here? Yeah, you're prone. We'll just leave you at prone.
Put in
You are
Dunce
unconscious for 1 minute or until somebody wakes you. Or until you take damage. So that's a thing too. So you can take damage while you're there, and that will wake you up.
I'm
But
just gonna kick him.
otherwise, you take 11 bludgeoning damage from your fall, and you are unconscious for 1 minute.
That's
Super unfortunate.
Good job.
That's super unfortunate. Pandora, you're up.
It's a real shame she didn't get to see any of that.
Pandora, gonna need a hand up here.
She steps into view and, what the fuck happened to the turkey?
Steps into view, seeing Lorigus on the ground, just out cold. Rylan looks pretty rough for wear. The second skeleton is once again gone. Pandora didn't even notice that it was back up. She does see the floating being of the other skeleton, though, of the dragon priest over here, still hovering over the pile of bones.
Okay, so he's right there.
You believe that he did it to himself?
She's done. She's done with this shit. She rolls up her sleeves and she says, "Rylan, I'm sorry, but get ready for what's coming next. I'm gonna cast this all the way down at the end of the hall because it should. Yep, it's gonna fill all the way, and then it's gonna fill that way and that way. This is basically gonna fill 30 feet, and it fills around corners and stuff. But let me link the spell here.
Okay. Oh, this should be interesting.
But just so you know, I'm dropping it at the end of the hall so that it will fill all the way down to where the two dragon priests are, and then be in range to burn up the mummies and stuff too.
Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, they will do Constitution save, correct?
Yeah, it'll be on their turns because it doesn't
Okay.
look like it does any initial damage.
Okay.
That's what I'm reading. I don't
that's
see
what I'm
anything
reading
that says
too,
it does
yeah.
initial. So the DC is 17 when their turn comes around.
Alrighty.
Otherwise, I'm. Hold on.
Oh well, it stays, so they'll be taking damage every turn at least.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That like the reason I was avoiding it was because there were still two dragon priests up and the one hiding, and then it was like, do I risk bringing a third one in? But it's like now that
But now you
Morgus is
risk
down
it.
two,
Yeah.
that we need to do this high damage.
Yep. All right. So at the start of each of their turn, they will give you a DC 17 con save, or they will take that damage and suffer exhaustion.
And yeah, so if he counts as invisible too, it does the light and all that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So with that, con save 13 fails. So
Hooray!
he's going to take 4d10 radiant damage. Big damage too. Whew.
Hey,
All right. Doing a nice little chunk of damage to it, but it still does get to act on its turn. As such, it can still move, correct?
yeah, it doesn't look like
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Look like
It doesn't
anything's
restrict
hindering
movement or anything like that. So he's going to move forward after taking the damage at the start of his turn. And then what is he gonna do?
it. Right, because Lorigus is down, so he can move through his square. God damn it, Lorigus!
He is going to look to Pandora and kind of extending his fingers outward, casts Blight. Pandora.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I need
That's
you to give me a
instant death.
Constitution save, please.
Oh boy.
Con
It
save
won't
or
be.
half?
It won't be instant, but that's basically. It would be her full health if she was any lower. So con.
Oh,
No!
that is unfortunate. So as he extends his fingers
There goes
out,
the spell.
the spell goes away. Everything, all the benefits from
It's
it,
gone.
immediately disappears. The slowness that was on the body of this beast is also gone. He extends his fingers out, casting this spell upon Pandora. The entire party, Skytarnith primarily, watches as Pandora collapses to the ground and is now currently incapacitated. We'll need to be doing death saves on her turn.
Oh, I just used that spell.
Rylan, you were up.
That was a mistake. Rylan will take 2 great sword swings.
Alrighty. Yeah, both of which hit. Nice.
And then he's going to action surge.
Alright.
And then he's going to take another 2 swing.
Alright.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
He's
Go ahead and give me
through.
that damage. Oof. 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 Okay, so the second one is only 8. Go ahead and tell me how you just killed this dragon priest, though.
So it's probably for the best that Skytarnith Skytarnith's the only one who sees this. When Pandora goes down, Rylan kind of loses it. And he basically slashes twice at this guy, and then just in a fury basically hits him again. But then before he even hits the ground, Rylan basically just grabs him by the skull and just starts slamming it into the wall over and over again until the skull just fractures.
And as the dragon priest collapses to the ground, if Pandora was still alive, she would see the ghostly figure of this dragon priest hovering over the collapsed skeleton of this being on the ground. However, the threat is not all gone. Well, to you it's gone, because you don't know where the other one is. Skytarnith, let's see, what is he going to do? Oh, he's going to do nothing, because his character would dictate that he would ignore the fact that Pandora just died and kind of step back and just watch.
That's fair. If the reverse positions, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if he was here, he would just kind of step away and just wait for somebody else to fix it.
We have that understanding.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
Yep. Lorigus, you're still unconscious.
Yep.
Pandora, go ahead and give me a death save.
Oh boy, here I go dying
There we go.
again.
Nat 20.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Hey, we don't joke about nats around here, all right? My character is dead because I nat 1'd on my second death save. And the first one was a fail.
I've had that before.
Yeah.
I had a player get eaten by a mimic and almost die the same way. So
Rylan, you're up.
Rylan goes to Pandora and uses his last healing potion to bring her back up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the 2d6 plus 2. Or 2d4 plus 2. All right. So reaching down, almost kind of force feeding this potion into Pandora. Immediately, she comes back. Her eyes widen, feeling pretty rough after that attack. Immediately, as her eyes open, seeing Rylan had just given her a potion, she looks over to the side. Loriga is still on the ground. The remains of the dragon priest to her north and northwest, both on the ground, the ghostly figure still hovering above them. but we'll leave that to Pandora's turn. Sky Tarnith is going to kind of rush over and goes to punch Lorgus, but misses.
God damn it! He can't
God
ignore an
damn it.
unconscious
Still
person.
unconscious.
Well, how do you miss someone who's on the ground?
Oh, okay. So he would get advantage. So hold on.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That's just...
How do you miss an unconscious person?
Pandora, you're back awake, barely surviving
Wait,
from
would
that.
my stone gauntlet still be active? Do
No, they
still
would
work
have.
if
They would have
users are thinking-
deactivated.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
She'll look up at Rylan and kind of give that goofy "I'm not dead" smile, and then be like, "There's still one more," and I can see it, right?
Yeah, you
I
see
can-
it at the end of the hallway.
She's not even gonna get up. She's just gonna shoot from the ground.
Okay.
It's really maybe not a great idea. To
I mean,
engage in.
it's something you can do. You can do it. Go ahead and give me the
I
Eldritch
have
Blast.
every reason not to, ignore it. So she wants it dead.
Hmm. Yeah, that hits. Second one hits too.
And absolutely not knocking it back because I know it's right in front of Sky Tarnith.
No, it's right here.
Oh, I thought there was one in front of him.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, you were describing the spirit.
Yeah,
Okay.
the spirit's in front of.
Yeah,
him,
I'm
and
still
then-
not gonna knock it back though because it will probably go for Sky Tarnith and not Lorgus.
Fire breath.
We
yeah.
are thankfully out of range of that. Oh no, knock it back! Knock it
Too late. Too late. You've already
Fucking Sky
cast
Tarnith
it.
being unconscious.
But
Yeah,
see,
no, it's fine.
The
It's
benefit though is now you can wake Lorgus up.
If he's set on fire.
God damn it!
Anything else?
No,
Roll away.
no, I'm honest. I'm gonna spend the half movement to get up, and then I'll move off to the side.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'd rather stay behind Rylan where it's safe.
Mm-hmm. And as you do, kind of hiding around the corner. As mentioned, you cast both these Eldritch Blasts from the ground, and as both of them make contact, they bring into view for the others this last remaining Dragon Priest that was at the end of the hallway. Kind of bothered a little by the attack, but kind of shrugs it off. He looks pretty.
Wouldn't it have
healthy.
already been revealed by the divine light thingamabob?
I didn't have a chance to
He,
hit him.
it didn't happen
have a
on his
chance to
attack
damage him.
because the other one killed him before
Oh.
it happened. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's how. Okay.
Yeah, it had to occur on his turn, and because his turn
Is
hadn't
it,
occurred
is, it safe,
before.
is it safe to say the mummies in the back at least burned up before it went out?
Uh,
Because they wouldn't necessarily be
so-
entitled to a save.
so, because it's part of the map, I guess I should explain this a little closer. The mummies on that back wall were gone when you noticed these dragon priests
Okay.
in the hallway.
I would have had no way of knowing that, so
Correct.
it was just more of
Yeah.
like that was why I was fine with shooting it back there because it would be in range to burn them up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So even if they're gone when she sees them, she's gonna be like, yeah, I burned those up.
Yeah, and the mummies that were there, you get a bit of a reasonable belief that they came to life and started moving in this direction.
Yeah, fucking told you
yes,
guys they
you're
were up to no
yeah,
good.
they're the physical beings started moving after you already saw their ghostly beings kind of watching you to begin with. That's why their ghostly forms still remain whenever you defeat the actual bodies of these dragon priests.
Yeah.
Okay. Rylan, you're up.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna move on up. Before he takes his swings, though, he's going to hit a second wind on himself as a bonus action.
Okie dokie. That's kind of a
Healing for
precarious
10.
spot to be in. Alrighty.
And then he's going to start swinging away.
Okay. Yep, the second one hits. So. Okay, anything else?
I'm going to mark him, and then I'm done.
Okay. So with that, missing the first attack, but you jab the great sword forward, and it lands flawlessly on the second attack, doing a nice little chunk of damage. However, he pays no mind to you as he hovers past you, puffs his chest up, and unleashes a gout of flame, as you guys come to expect from these things. Sky Tarnith and Lorigus both need to dex save here, please. You automatically fail, so you'll take the full brunt of the damage.
Wait, but because I have evasion, does that still come into effect?
Does not,
No.
because you are unconscious.
You cannot move to evade.
You cannot
I
move to
know.
evade. So, but Sky Tarnith will use his evasion and have the damage, so only taking 11 from this. You will take the full 22 fire damage. However, you are now awakened after your body and your feathers are set on fire from this dragon priest. You can take your turn, or half of your movement, to come to your feet, and everything
I finally
on your
get
turn.
to use these abilities that I have that I haven't used at all.
Yeah. And with that,
All right, first.
nope, it's not your turn.
Right, it's not my turn. Okay.
Sky Tarnith is going to move forward, is going to attack with his special sword, and he hits.
I was really hyped for a second.
Okay. So, and okay, so landing the attack with this rapier immediately uses using his bonus action. He quickly disengages from combat here as he makes the attack, and quickly kind of, actually no, he's not going to move over there. He's going to move over in this direction and move back behind Rylan, and that will end his turn. Lorgus, it is your turn.
All right, first. I can use 5 feet of movement to stand up because
what happened
I'm a
to
drunk
that
bastard,
thing?
apparently.
Messed up.
And then I'm just gonna walk up to this guy, while also exclaiming, "Why am I on fire? And what did I miss?" But not in that order.
Place here. Hold on. Let me fix that.
I'm
There
going
we go.
to make
That's a
4 unarmed attacks and hopefully not crit fail on another one of them, and then disengage while spending a key point.
Sorry about that, guys. I didn't notice that the thing was off. You hit 3 of those attacks.
Yay!
Yay.
And I'm just gonna duck behind this wall because fire burns.
No, you are not, because you have to use half your movement to get up there.
He only needed 5 because he's a drunk master.
Oh, right. Correct. That is correct.
Ah.
So you only need 5 foot of movement to stand up. So,
Dude, don't go ha at the DM.
I mean,
That's why
That's-
Swashbuckler's banned.
yes.
No, I'm just
I-
hyped that I get to use this thing that I haven't used.
Lorgus, I just killed Pandora. Don't make me kill your character too.
No, please have mercy.
And he likes Pandora.
And I like Pandora. All right, so with that, quickly making a nice series of strikes here, kind of jabbing forward with the talons. You feel as 3 of them connect. The 4th one flies a little to the side, kind of as you're kind of formulating your exit plan. And as you miss the 4th one, you quickly dash back and out of the way, getting out of line of sight of this monstrosity in front of you. Pandora,
I'm
you're
just
up.
gonna pat out the
Flames on your feathers.
that are still residual.
Mm-hmm. All you, Pandora.
I had stepped away. Did anything significant happen while I was gone?
He unleashed a gale of fire at Lorigus and Skytarnith. Skytarnith landed his attack and then hid behind Rylan. And then Lorigus hit 3 out of his 4 attacks and then hit around the corner.
All right, so I'll line up another shot and then fire 2 blasts.
Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate that the second one wasn't a crit too. But the first one is, so go ahead and give me the damage. All right, 17.
So the reason I asked about evasion earlier is because technically it doesn't specify if I'm incapacitated. Or
You
not.
cannot you cannot evade if you're incapacitated. You literally cannot.
Needed to specify that.
Yeah.
Sorry, meant to specify before I shot. This one's going normal, so
Okay.
it's going to do the knockback and slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so-
I'll only specify if I'm turning it off. That way we don't have to keep clarifying back and forth.
Okay. So he is still slowed and he got knocked back 10 feet. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right. So casting both of these Eldritch Blasts. The second one you thought was going to land as well, feeling a bit confident from your first attack. However, as you hit the first attack and it starts to fly backwards, you notice that you release the second one a little too early and it kind of goes just past the Dragon Priest and misses the attack. However, it puts it back in range of Skytarnith and Rylan, and Skytarnith is obviously not going to be okay with that. Rylan, you're up.
Hey, he's back in range. I'm okay with this. And then I hit him twice with the greatsword.
Alrighty. Second one hits.
Yeah, all these crit teasing
Mhm.
is just driving me nuts. And I will maintain the mark.
If only the rogue would flank with you.
Mhm.
I don't think he does that one.
All right. Anything else?
Maintain the mark and done.
Okay. He's going to look at both of the targets surrounding him and is going to turn to Skytarnith and ouch. Yeah, that hits. And he needs a con save. So 1 sec. Fails the save. So he is going to take... Maybe he's going to take damage. I can't click on it to take damage. Hold on.
Raven Fieldwoman isn't a damage
right,
spell. It just
hold on.
does stuff to strength.
Yeah. It on hit, he deals half damage and weapon attacks that use strength. Oh right, yeah, just half damage now. Okay, cool. Just making sure. So yeah, cast Ray of Enfeeblement. It does hit. And Skytarnith feels a bit weaker now with his sword attacks here. However, he is going to move up, and it's a disadvantage. Is that correct? Wait, nope. Oh, look at that. He's a Dex user. Huh. Funny how that works.
Yep.
Yep, that hits, and he's going to also get sneak attack damage on this one because Rylan is beside him. Ooh, okay. And okay, so quickly jumping in, feeling a little better having Rylan beside him, jabs the rapier forward as it lands and makes contact, does a significant amount of damage. However, the Dragon Priest does remain standing. He will use his bonus action to quickly get the hell out of here. And that will end his turn. I'm going to move that over here. Lorius, you're up. You're muted.
Gotcha. This is a bit of a conundrum.
It is.
You know what? I'm going to make a ranged attack with my Yukawa.
Okay.
And I don't remember how ranged attacks work.
You're throwing the Yukawa, correct? So it's
Yeah.
a dex, so do a 1d20 plus your dex mod, plus proficiency. Uh, 19 hits. And then go ahead and just roll click on Yukawa and then click on the damage afterwards. It doesn't matter if it hits or not, just need so you can click the damage. All right, 30 feet. Right on the dot. So as you toss the Yukawa forward, it lands perfectly, dealing a nice little chunk of damage to him, but he's still standing.
And I'm just gonna duck back in because fire burns.
Fire burns. All right. So the party watches as Lorgus launches the Yukawa, hits true, jabs into like the abdomen of this dragon priest. Dragon priest doesn't pay any mind to it. It looks pretty rough though. Doesn't look like it could take much more of this kind of punishment. Pandora, you're up.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna just keep going with it. Second verse, just like the first.
Mm-hmm. Both hit.
And these will be normal, knockback, and slow.
Okay. Go ahead and tell me how this dragon priest dies.
So fire badge, so I'm just going to be firing over the chicken there. But it's going to hit it square in the chest, and the second one just going to knock its head off.
All right. So these bodies. And as the head of this dragon priest falls off, you watch as the entire body collapses to the ground lifeless. Pandora looking forward, you still see the glowing, the ghostly figures of these dragon priests, of all three of them in the hallway here, standing over their lifeless bodies here.
Not for long. Shakaran pulled out the gem.
And as you say the word, you watch as all three of the bodies leave from their current position and immediately just get sucked into this crystal, with nothing remaining over top of them. And with that, we're going to take a 5-minute break.
Memes.
Yeah, memes.
You know who else is going to take a break? This party.
This party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Short rest, yay!
Maybe. I mean, you're in a tomb of undead things.
It's
Yeah,
true.
As
We
long
find
as,
a safe corner.
as
Well,
long
I mean,
as
if-
Pandora doesn't annoy any of them anymore, it should be fine.
I mean, that's always an option. Okay.
Well, I mean, with so many dead things here, I feel like resting seems to be a bit of a theme.
We'll just
right.
also rest.
So I will be right back, guys. Hope you're enjoying.
Anywho, I'll be right back.
Stick around. We will continue the crawl through the rest of this labyrinth of the morning dragon, as it were, and see what happens next. So stick around. We'll be back in just a minute. All right. So, hi, chat. How's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying this session tonight. Got a bit to go. They have to get to a stopping point tonight because 2 weeks from now is our crossover session between the two Civil War campaigns. So they can't stop in the middle of a dungeon. They have to actually finish the dungeon before we can end their session. So because of that, they will continue on and finish the rest of this part of the story and hopefully get to the end of this encounter. There's a lot coming up here, so hopefully you'll stick around for it. It's going to be pretty interesting. There's some stuff that's about to happen. It's going to be very terrifying for everybody. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. But thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel and you would like to follow us on Twitter, go ahead and hop over there. It's Forgebreaker TTV over on Twitter. Or you can also join us on our Discord at any time. Come and hang out with us. We have a lot of D&D chat, though. Most of the party is engaged in their own chats. We openly welcome everybody to join in and talk anything D&D with us. We are happy to have each and every one of you every week. So hop in, come and chat. It's a lot of fun for all of us. So much stuff to go here tonight, and I'm not sure how this is going to play out. So yeah, thank you again for being here. We'll be back to this in just a few seconds. Make sure everybody's ready to go. And then we'll wrap up our session. It's probably going to go a little longer tonight, so I hope you stick through with us to the end of this, and yeah, it should be interesting. Definitely a lot of things coming. So just hang out and we'll be back in just a second. You guys about ready here?
I'm here.
Rylan here.
Doesn't sound like it.
Does not. All right. So when Rylan gets here, he can speak up. Are you guys wanting to try to short rest here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you are, I need somebody to go ahead and give me a D20 roll, please.
All right, who's doing it?
I mean, it's between me and you, and I guess I'll do it. Oh, fun.
Ooh, okay. Lorgus, go ahead and give me a D20 roll, please.
I'm back.
Okay. That's interesting.
What are we doing?
Oh wait, no. I just rolled a 1. Don't. That's.
Oh,
wrong.
you just rolled a 1. Okay, yeah, that's different.
Do I need to roll a d20?
Nope. Okay, so you're able to short rest as you're wandering through the dungeon. So as you're through the labyrinth here. So as you're moving on, which direction are you headed? You headed north now?
I think south is just more of the undead, like the army. So I would probably say north. Although that's where more dragon priests are. Damn it.
Though, I mean, we did kill all of them up north.
Well,
No,
we
wait, no,
killed
didn't.
some of them.
No, you killed 4 of them.
Or the ones immediately on the screen.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, I can just do this.
Go away,
They're
bodies.
gone. They gone. Yeah. I need to get him some health back too, don't I?
Pandora's gonna give Rylan a potion since he used one on her, and then I'm gonna pop 2 potions as well.
Okay. Alrighty.
Boy, my dice really don't want me to heal.
Wait, what is that?
I used 2 potions, so 2d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 2
I think
for a
plus
regular.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
So yeah, just take off.
just
4.
chop that 4, yeah.
Yep.
So
All right.
yeah, that's close enough. Got me to 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got super lucky with my hit die.
I'm glad you did. Mine were rolling like shit.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing? So you'll be spending your short rest moving forward. Short rest for us will be 15 minutes on this. So as you're wandering within 15 minutes, nothing occurs. So as you kind of wander forward, just let me know what you're going to do.
Which way did you guys explore before? Because I didn't get very far, but you guys had gone this way, right?
Yeah. We basically just kept finding bodies just stacked.
We should probably go this way then.
Lots and lots and lots and
Which
lots
way?
of bodies. He mentioned
up
northeast.
and to the right.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably north is where we want to go. I just feel like this entire area we went into was like, this is where we keep all of our dead soldiers.
And
Yeah.
and these ones seem to respond to us, so it's worth checking this direction.
Okay. And don't forget, you guys cannot end in this dungeon tonight, so
Right, so we need to be hustling. Let's go.
All right.
we'll go until you finish this. So, kind of similar to before, you're noticing some empty rooms and enclaves, but nothing that really stands out to you. Looking to the south again, some pottery and things of that nature, mostly ornate, but it's still there. That's about it, though. It's nothing spectacular.
Okay. I'm gonna keep on moving. Pandora, for the love of God, don't come up here.
It's she's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, there's more of the dragon priest. Please just stay back.
Oh God, that's a lot of them.
So you enter into this hallway, and you notice the bodies of 6 dragon priests, also in their ceremonial kind of crouched position.
I'm gonna burn it.
You notice nothing off of them, though. Like, as you're walking by, the bodies don't move. They don't anything for you, Pandora. They're just there.
I'll feel better when they're dust. She's still gonna shoot it.
Okay. Yep. And as you do, they immediately burn up into a pile of ash as you pass by them.
And again, and she's gonna tag all of them.
Okay. Pandora, stop. Go back. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can do that. But as you're there, you look to the north and you get a very odd feeling. Near the middle of the chamber is a platform raised about 5 to 7 feet off the ground. Resting on top of it is a black mist cube, the darkness within it far too thick for you to see through. However, a light radiates from the outside edge of this cube, glowing and kind of drawing you closer to it.
I think this might be it.
Oh, well, that's.
Or at least a sign we're going in the right direction.
I'll take
Should
it.
probably burn up the rest of these things before they activate.
With gusto. And she does.
Okay. And yeah, and with no problem, they just burn up and turn into a pile of ash. Again, you're back to... While before everything was very quiet and very eerie, this chamber, this fog or this mist creates a very low-key kind of hissing sound that kind of radiates through the chamber. It's kind of eerie and a little off-putting, to be honest.
I will.
That's coming from this direction up here. That's why you can't see past it, because the darkness prevents you from doing so.
Oh, that's not a wall.
Oh no, it's not a wall. It's a platform, and on top of that platform is a black mist that prevents you from seeing anything inside of it.
Boy, this seems familiar.
Well, a little bit. So, how high up is the platform, or are we like same place of it?
So the platform itself is about like between 5 to 7 foot from the floor. We'll just call it 5 foot. There's a 5 foot elevation, and you see like stone at the bottom edge of it, and then above that, from that 5 foot point up, all the way to the ceiling is this massive black mist cube laying on top of it.
Is my fire pendant doing anything, or is it?
Nope.
Okay.
I'd assume same for my frost medallion.
Nope. Nothing.
Is Sky Tarnith noticing anything with anything he's carrying?
Nope. And Pandora,
Downstairs.
your vision, all of this glows. Like this entire cube is just radiating this massive amount of magic.
Interesting. And she's gonna do a couple experiments. She'll probably try touching the shard to it first.
Okay. And as you reach out and place the shard to the mist, nothing happens. It passes through it.
It goes in?
Mm-hmm. Passes through it.
She'll put her other hand up to it and see what happens.
And similar to the shard, your other hand passes through it.
Just gonna look to her left, then to her right, and then she'll step forward.
You can't step forward. It's 5 foot elevation. You'd have to climb up the side of it.
Oh, okay.
There's stairs over
There
here,
are
Pandora.
stairs.
Sides.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid you've had your share of chancing danger for now. Now it's my turn. And then
Oh, so
Rylan will
sweet.
stand in. Or step in, not stand in. He will stand in when he steps in.
Okay. And as you do,
What's the worst that can happen, really?
You die and I have to take
Pass
your soul.
I can't seem to get through.
No, you passed through.
No, you
I know,
moved
but my
me.
token, I can't
You
get
couldn't.
my token in.
You're right. You couldn't, but I can move you through.
Hey, but Lorigus is on the other side.
Oh wait, that's Lorgus. No,
Yeah.
go back. You're not allowed in. Oh, actually, were you doing that too?
I mean, yeah,
you
I
were,
guess
then
if
yes,
Ryland's
you
going
would
in,
see
I'm
that.
going in.
Oh, well, this is surprisingly well lit.
Pandora's not going to let him go alone. She'd be right behind him.
Skytarnith runs away.
Seeing everybody move into the chambers, you pass through this black fog and quickly notice that looking back outward, you can see the room as normal. The fog seemingly disappearing from this side of the wall. You enter into the area and you notice the floor to the south and to the northwest and northeast house several sarcophagi, the lids resting at floor level, with the exception of the one in the center of the room, which is elevated almost 10 feet off the floor. To the north, in a circular alcove, oh, Pandora can't get in. Stop moving out. You notice to the north of the chamber, in the circular alcove, kind of sunken about a foot down into the floor, is a pillar with a black glowing orb that illuminates the entire area surrounding it.
Well, this looks awfully familiar.
Yes, if only somebody had a really heavy pebble to put on the sarcophagus to prevent the thing
I
from
know.
jumping out and getting
Okay.
it this time.
But there's like 7 of them now.
Yes, but only one of them looks to be ceremonious.
I'm going to go over here before you do that.
I'm gonna put the pebble on the thing and say the word heavy.
Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Everybody stops what they're doing. Give me an initiative roll.
Oh, no.
Gotta get those sweet low numbers.
Gotta lull the enemy into a false sense of security.
Okay. So,
Is that what we keep doing to our enemies?
is that what it is? I wasn't sure.
Maybe it's not.
Seems legit. Checks out.
Rylan, what are you doing?
So there's this black orb in kind of like the sunken in little dais area on top of a pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going off of the idea that because my pendant was the one that opened this, that I'm the one who's supposed to put my hand in this one. So I'm going to go forward and put my hand in it and see if I can put my hand through, kind of like the shard in the other place with Pandora.
Okay. And as you reach forward, and kind of similar to what Pandora experienced, you reach out and you're able to place your hand on the side of the orb. But we'll come back to you.
Oh, good.
Skytarnith kind of looking around, not really sure what's about to happen, just going to draw his sword and wait. Lorgus, what are you doing?
If I haven't already, I'm gonna put the pebble on the sarcophagus, just like as an attempt to like maybe hold it down.
Okay. So you place it on top of the sarcophagus. You say the word heavy and keep it held into position.
Does anyone have like magical super glue or something?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I don't.
Wait,
I'm not.
really?
You know, I'm just not even going to question. I'm moving on. I'm moving forward with my life.
Okay. Anything else, Largus?
Nope, that'll be it.
Pandora.
Pandora's-
No.
Sorry, no moving. On
No
the turn?
moving. You've already did it.
No, sorry.
It's okay.
We were going turns, so I thought
Yep.
I had a full thing.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
Unfortunately,
No, it's fine.
No, hold on.
I think I can.
No, you can't. Because of where
Wait,
you were
what?
standing and Rylan touching the orb, you immediately feel yourself disconnected from everything around you. And
Oh no, I broke my girlfriend.
if you zoom out and move to your far east,
Oh, fun.
you find yourself in almost a dream state. Directly ahead of you, several pillars made of rock, and in the shape almost like of what you would expect for Stonehenge, surrounding the undead dragonoid body that looks in your direction as you enter. Lifts his head off of the cloud-like floor that rests under your feet and looks up in your direction and says, "Who are you to enter my chambers?"
I am Pandora, chosen of Kaifon. You are dead, correct?
In a manner of speaking.
She takes out the shard and says, well, then I'll bind you to my will as well.
And as you say this, you hear a very deep and loud just laughter as he says, "You fool. You have no idea who you speak to. You will not bind me to anything. However, I can aid you."
You are Wraithis, correct?
That is correct. I am the Draco Lich, Wraithis. And you are in my chambers. It was put here by that decrepit old wizard, keeping me away from my dragon priests and my people, my followers, keeping me from those that matter in this realm. You, however, can do me a great service. Unleash me upon your foes. Allow me to help you. All I ask is that you allow me to kill the one called Ichorus.
Can I do a history check?
You can.
Because if I don't know who that guy is, absolutely.
Oh
Wow.
no.
Cool.
Yes,
God.
absolutely.
Kind of think back, trying to remember who Ichorus is, and you're coming up with nothing. And you kind of nod and smile and say, yeah, sure, whatever you say. Yes, that's fine. And the Dracolich kind of looks at you and smiles and says, "You said you're a follower of Kaifon, yes?"
Not a follower, chosen.
Very well.
He's very serious about that title.
And kind of smiles and says, "Then perhaps you will benefit your god when all is said and done. Release me from my bondage here. Release my dragon priests and my warriors. We'll fight with you. All I ask is you allow me to kill the one Ichorus."
Very well. We have a deal. Do you desire a contract?
Kind of snarls his teeth and says, "No, I don't believe that would be necessary."
Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's do it.
and as such,
I can't see how this will go poorly at all.
you watch as the previously kind of sprawled body of Rythes immediately stands up onto its haunches. You see the
Wait,
skin.
Can I add one more term to the deal as well?
Possibly. Go ahead.
There is one other thing I will desire.
As you ask him this, he stops for a second and says, "And what is that thing?"
In addition to killing your foe, I want you to destroy my most hated enemy when the time comes.
And as he looks at you, kind of grins a bit and says, "Perhaps you don't know enough about who I am, but I will kill anyone for any reason. You just point, and I will do so."
And she grins evilly to herself.
They just made a murder pact. Crisscross.
Crisscross. Okay.
Murder pact.
So yeah, you watch as this somewhat decrepit. You look closely as you're looking at it. His scales shimmer this really faint blue color as he kind of leans back on his haunches, and you see as he kind of cracks his neck and twists and turns it a bit, the skeletal kind of remains of his body moving, and you watch as his body slowly begins to infuse itself into more of the form of an actual being and not just the skeletal remains that were in front of you. And as he does so, he looks at you and says, "Very well. You have the wizard's shard, yes?"
And yeah, she holds up hers.
And he nods and says, "When I give you the order, release me and bring me to that shard." And then with that, we're going back to the top of the turn order.
So she just looks completely normal?
Yeah,
while
she
that is
just
going on?
looks like she's just standing there, just waiting for something to happen.
Oh, well, all right.
Mhm.
So I got my hand in the orb,
Yep.
which in D&D is always a horrible thing to say because God knows what kind of orb it is. But I'm going to feel around for something inside of it, I guess.
So the way that these orbs work, if you're not the person meant to interact with it, your hand passes through them. Where if you can interact with them, your hand stops against the surface of them.
Did my hand stop?
It
Or
did.
go?
And
Okay,
as
so
soon
I'm-
as you placed your
Right.
hand on it, you felt the surface of this orb up against your skin. As this happens, you watch as the orb slowly fades away and turns into the crystal form that you had seen before. On the back side of this platform, similar to what you had had in the past, you watch as the ghost form of Ezator, hovering over top of the platform, looks down at you, watching and kind of waiting for your interaction, and says, "So it is you. It's interesting. I wasn't prepared for that. Very well. Do you know what this orb does? Or what this crystal does, I should say."
Based off of what I've seen Pandora do, it's magical in nature and protection. This one being protection magic. If what we've seen,
Abjuration.
that
She's just whispering from the side.
abjuration is totally I know what that means.
As you say this, Ezator nods and says, "Yes, but this shard is special. It binds a foul beast in another realm. It keeps it from invading this land and turning us into just other world beings that would destroy the realm and plague our lands. And obviously, we don't want any of that now, do we?
Oh, it's a good thing that thing is sealed away then.
It would be really awful if that ever got out. Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can't even imagine what unimaginable horrors might be unleashed by this foul being should it ever be released from its prison.
As
DM just likes having Pandora betray Ryland so much.
As you say this, Lorgus, the kind of floating specter of Ezator, as you guys have experienced before, it doesn't talk, it doesn't actually move. You just hear its voice kind of emanate from its being. And he, as you kind of mention how this could be a bad thing, he quickly speaks up and says, indeed, he's the one who plagued the lands and rid the living isles of all of our drow folk. He is responsible solely for the destruction of many of the isles during the Dragon Wars, and should he be released into our realm, I fear for what it might actually do to our people. And he stops for a second, and you hear kind of a bit of hesitation in his voice, and he stops and says, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and without this shard, you will not defeat the one called Tyrus. You will not stop the prophecy. Should you wish to bring an end to this would-be god, you must take this shard.
Rylan will kind of look at everybody else and just once again such a responsibility heaped upon him. Just looking for anything from the other two and Sky Tarnith, I guess. I mean, if anybody were to speak up and say what a horrible idea it would be to unleash this dragon.
But you don't.
Well,
all you know is that this is what binds the dragon to his prison. That's all you know.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just poking fun at Rin.
Yeah.
Poking fun at me, but I want to steal it, or what? I want him to take it, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like and that's basically what Rythes is doing. He's waiting. He's waiting to see if someone will release him from his prison, because at which point he will get what he wants. He will be free of this prison. In one way or another, he's getting what he wants.
Oh, okay. So, well, shit. Do I want to deprive Ryland of this shard, or do I want Cool Dragon Bro?
I mean, at the end of the day, Ryland's already made his choice. Really.
So it's pretty much just entirely you.
It's
it's completely up to
he
Ryland.
reaches out and takes it.
I mean, she's already failed this test once before. She's probably not going to do anything. She wants Ryland to be happy.
So Ryland, as you reach out and get ready to place your hand on it, you get the same sense that Pandora once felt when she took her shard of Twilight into your hand, or to her hand. And as she took it, she felt as if her soul was kind of being disconnected from the realm, and then suddenly reappeared, and everything felt different. Her vision different, everything around her glowing, this radiant magic that was just unlike anything she had ever seen before. And you feel the same thing as you place your hand upon this shard. It just shot of pain that burst through your body, and then nothing, a calmness. Everything feels fine. You look around you, Pandora is glowing like a Christmas tree right now. Everybody else around
she's
you,
always glowing like a Christmas tree to Ryland.
everybody else around you is just like a normal kind of being. The shard, and you watch as Pandora is kind of clutching on to the shard in her hand. The shard is radiating so much light that it actually seeps through her fingers, like the cracks between her fingers, and it is almost blinding how bright this shard is. You take it into your hand, and immediately you feel this just very, very odd sense that falls over you. You feel all of the abjuration magic that was holding this place into what it currently is slowly begin to fade away, including the wall on the outside edge of this platform. The mist kind of disappearing around you. As you're holding on to this and kind of clutching it in your hand, you look up in the direction of Ezator, who continues to just kind of float over the platform and says, "This may not be an ideal opportunity, but you must leave at once. I fear for what is about to happen, and without my magic to hold these beings into place, bad things are bound to happen. I ask that you please leave immediately." As this is happening, Pandora, a few seconds pass. The beast kind of sits there quietly waiting, and then it feels this magic begin to dissipate, and as soon as it does, it looks down at you and says, "The time is now. Release me."
And she does that. She takes out her shard and releases him.
And as you reach and put the shard out in front of you in your own mind, physically, like what everybody else sees is she's just holding on to the shard like in front of her. However, in this dream state that she is in, she reaches forward with this shard, holding it out, saying the command word, and you watch as this Dracolich just laughs, and his body dissolving into this fine mist that disappears and basically just gets sucked into the shard as soon as you finish the command word. As this happens, you're immediately snapped out of this dream state. In front of you, Ryland has this other shard. Ryland, you now look over at Pandora, and the shard that was glowing this brilliant light is now even more strong, even more powerful, forcing you almost to kind of shield your eyes as she is awakened from this dream state and returned back to the normal realm.
Well, aren't you a little glow bug?
You got a shard. And she actually smiles for once and hugs him.
As the tourist said that we need to leave, he does give her kind of like a one-armed hug. But,
yeah, the Dracolich, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Dracolich.
As you guys are having this conversation, the 6 sarcophagi on the ground that are embedded into the ground, you hear as the lids of them start to slide open slowly.
All right, time to run.
Should I grab my pebble?
Run.
Yeah, you should probably get your pebble.
Alright, I'm gonna pick up my pebble because I don't... Yeah, it's only stopping one sarcophagus, and I somehow feel like that a pebble will not stop the magical opening of several dragon priests.
No,
even if it weighs
you just had the one.
Yep. So I'm going to say heavy, pick it up, and run for our lives.
Okay. Start dashing out towards the entryway.
Can we get some Benny Hill up in here, please?
Yes, please. All right, so start moving. We'll go by turn order. I'm sorry. I should have specified that.
Sorry.
Now
Okay.
Let's go back where you guys were at. Top of the turn order, move your movement speed. Or dash, if you're dashing. And
I'm going to dash.
Don't forget, you're on a
Picking up my
cliff,
thing
so
count as an action.
you would drop 5 foot distance if you try to go off the side instead of taking the steps.
Yeah, I was going to safely use the stairs. Thank you very much. And then another 30.
Okay. Sky Tarnith, 60 foot. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Let's not do that, please. I was on the wrong layer and almost started moving everything, and that would have been bad. That would have been like super bad.
Shifts.
Like everything moved. Okay.
I'm super expecting like all of that, all the like the army back down south is probably waking up at this like as we are running.
Lorgus, you're up.
Does picking up the pummel take an action?
No, I'm saying you did that before. So.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, go ahead and do that, and then do your movement.
All right, cool.
Cool. Pandora.
She does a quick Shakaran.
Are you trying to steal Ezitor?
Rylan, behind you, the amount of glow that comes from Pandora's location is insane. Pandora feels, and you watch this now too, Pandora sees as the 7 sarcophagi on the ground directly in front of her immediately get their souls immediately pulled from the bodies and get sucked into the shard. All around you, Rylan, you're watching as undead bodies just float by you. These spectral beings pass by and come into the direction of Pandora and get pulled into this shard from every direction. The power from it is incredible. It's just pulling so much at once.
Did she just Shakaran the entire place?
Probably.
Oh dear lord.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's not terrifying at all, is it?
No,
Mm-mm.
definitely
Nope,
not. Good
nope.
thing Rylan wearing the brown pants today.
All right. Rylan, you're up.
I don't know how to handle this.
As this is happening, even though their souls are gone, all 7 of these sarcophagi come open, and the bodies of these beings begin to hover over top of their location.
This is why I burned those mummies anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, Rylan, you're up.
Oh god.
Not terrifying at all. No, not at all.
Damn it. I move 15 feet and then I use the defend action, or the guard action, because I'm waiting for Pandora.
Okay. Sky Tarnith, on the other hand, is going to GTFO. Lorgus?
It's time to go.
Unfortunately, it's a small temple. I mean, smallish. There's like 5 million rooms with dead bodies in it, but the ceremonial parts were small.
Lorgus, as you enter into this hallway to the south, you hear the groaning of the undead. They're slowly making their way through the hallways.
I give a very loud and a slightly panicked shout back. Guys, we should really get going.
Pandora, you're up.
Yeah, so she's gonna hustle too.
session here soon. Okay. Yeah. Rylan, you're up.
Okay, now I'm gonna resume moving normally. Dart off.
Okay. Lorgus, you're up.
Alright, just gonna use a dash and just make my way to the portal.
Okay. Pandora.
Okie doke.
Okay. And Rylan.
Rylan will get about there, but he'll wait for everybody to leave before he goes out.
Okay. So you made it. I was doing some dice rolls in the background here. So you make it to the gateway. Still glowing from when you entered, especially now that Rylan is now back in position. Lorgus, as you were standing over by it before Rylan got there, it was kind of dim. But as soon as Rylan got into position and came closer to it, it immediately started to glow once again, revealing passage back out of the temple, should you choose to go that direction.
Well, nothing else to do. So,
Run. Okay, so you're going to make your way out, and as such, you find yourself back outside of the entryway, back into the Mystic Wilds.
does the portal still look like it's open?
It does.
I'm going to use my pen to try to close it.
Okay. And as you take the medallion off of the necklace and hold it up close to the entry to the portal where the inlay was before, nothing happens.
Oh, okay. So this thing, so when I went towards it when we were in the temple, it looked like it got stronger while I was close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move away from this and see if it starts to weaken.
Okay. And as you move away and move closer to the south of the wooden chamber you find yourself in, the dimness does not begin. It stays lit like it was previously when you first entered into the chamber.
Well, cool, guys. I just ushered in an undead apocalypse on the world.
Yeah, you totally did
You sure
that.
did. Mm-hmm. That's all you.
Yep.
Uh,
Unless anybody else wants to say that they had a hand in it.
Don't feel too bad, Rylan. You did your best. Pat.
I'm gonna use my circlet of fire to try and destroy it somehow with Scorching Ray.
If it makes you feel any better, I got a Draco Lich out of it.
I mean, wait, what?
What?
You attempt to use your circlet of fire on this large stone entryway? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. And you use a cast of your... What is it? Fireball or...
I think it's Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. You cast it and it leaves a burnt mark on the outer edge of the archway, but it is still lit. The glyphs around the outside remain lit and in place.
Alright, guys, I have one last plan. We all collectively push this boulder.
Where's the tapestry? Is that showing anything different now?
No, all of the outer edge, like the rock edges around the outside of the archway, everything is still the same. The animations are still there. The dragons unleashing fire upon the earth and things of that nature. Even the text is still there that Pandora was able to read. Everything's still there, and your amulet is still glowing.
Wait, ice is the opposite of fire. I try and hold up the ice.
I mean, water is the opposite of fire, but you're halfway there.
It's close enough. I mean,
by Pokemon rules, it's weak to fire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
just try it at this point.
Does the ice medallion do anything?
It does not. So you place the ice medallion against it, and nothing happens.
Well, isn't there like a groove that we put it in the first time?
Mm-hmm.
That's not doing anything?
Nope.
Or you just alright, that's where we've been putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Pandora's gonna try her shard, see if that does anything since it's...
It does not.
Nope. Okay.
Skytarnith has the water medallion. Maybe he can do something.
Okay.
Or, we could just leave, because at this point I don't think we're going to be able to shut it down.
What have we done?
Oh, everything horrible.
I mean, at least we didn't burn down a village and kill babies.
All right, so what do you guys do?
Oddly specific. I guess have the magic users try to discern if there's a way to turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah, can I do Arcana? See if there's anything
Sure.
going on here?
Sure, you can do that.
Hey!
You are led to believe that this entire portal is held open by Ryland's key. The medallion.
Ryland, your medallion.
I tried the medallion.
Yes, you tried to use the medallion to close the portal.
What if we destroy the medallion?
Oh. I mean, I'll lose a pretty cool piece of. It's fine.
Do I get any more clues with the 22?
No, that's pretty much all you really need to know with that. It's held open because that medallion is allowing it to stay open.
Okay, so we need to stop the magic from that medallion then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the medallion.
Okay. And as you do, the portal fades away into nothingness. It dies off as if nothing was there, as if the key that you hold, that Ryland holds in his hand, serves no purpose anymore.
I mean, it's still a nice looking necklace.
It's a cool looking necklace, but the glow from it is
souvenir.
Now gone. Any magical properties that come from it are also missing from it as well.
Like the massive resistance to fire that I totally didn't have when I was getting blasted with fire press.
That was sure it. Mm-hmm.
Yep, totally.
All right.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to
I
end
got
our
a shard.
session here tonight. And you got a shard.
Can we make it back to town at least?
No, I'll roll that into the intro for the next session, which is the crossover game.
Woo!
Okay,
Whoa.
so
there's going to be it's going to be story of how everybody got there, and the story of things that happen when you get there. So, yeah.
Quick question, DM, mostly to tease the audience. Do I get to know what my shard does?
You sure do.
Awesome!
Yes.
Yay!
And I will link that to you right now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh god, now Skytarnith and I are the sacrifice candidates.
Boom. Check your loot items.
Ooh.
They're cool, right?
It's pretty freaking cool. It is really pretty cool. So, with that, I'm going to end stream and then I'll come back over here.
Oh my god, this thing is so cool.
All right, I'll be right back. So, holy cow. Wow, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Let's see. Who's streaming? Who can we go say hi to? Tell them how much we like them. Because I like saying hi to people. Strangerlands is going. Let's go over to Strangerlands and go say hi to them. How's that? That work for everybody? Let's go raid Strangerlands. Go over to Strangerlands, say hi to them. They're wonderful, wonderful people. As a reminder, our news, Fate will be joining us every Thursday from this point forward for some random games. So come and join us for those as well. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys again very soon. Have a good night.